Hey guys, welcome back to an episode by BW2 to another Fortnite end of season results video. So, if you guys don't know already, these videos are basically just at the end of every season. I will film these and just show everything I got and accomplished throughout the season. So, of course, gotta get right into it as always, because these always take forever. And also, just like last season, this season got extended like 3 times or whatever, as you guys know. It was originally supposed to end in like April or something, I believe, but it is now ending tonight. Actually, today is Tuesday for me, and it is ending. The next season's supposed to start tomorrow on the 17th, so yeah, better get this filmed here. Getting right into it, with skins, of course, always start as my main boy, Vendetta here. But we'll get once we're showing all the back blings, we'll get a skin that stands more straight so we can show off the back blings better, because the ones with the poses don't work too well. So first off, getting right into it with these skins, so I believe all these first few are from the battle pass, as always, like the first 7. So the first one is Gear Specialist Maya right here. Let me take off the back bling, which I usually do here. So the first one is Gear Specialist Maya right here, which she it has this new thing called Forged, and basically throughout the season, I believe it was like 9 weeks or whatever, you could complete certain challenges, and for each one you could get like a new part of her uniform or whatever, and there was tons of customizability. For each part of her uniform there was like 6 or so different styles, and then you could choose different colors for her, like bandana and whatnot. So this is mine. I know it looks like a lot of other people's. A lot of people went with this type of Maya, but yeah, this is mine. Overall it's probably pretty hard to get the same exact Maya as somebody else because there was a lot of customizability. But yeah, this is the fully maxed out one. All the challenges were completed, of course, week 9. I don't know how many weeks overall this season was, but it was a while ago when you could fully max her out. But yeah, it says choose a unique path, part of the custom set. And so that's her. It says edit style. But of course with this season, a lot of people, it was kind of controversial because a lot of people wanted to be able to choose different styles for their Maya or whatever. But once you chose, it was locked in instantly. And same with the Ghost versus Shadow styles for these skins. A lot of people wanted to be able to choose both, but you can only choose one or the other, and that seems that is how it is going to be. A lot of people thought that the overtime challenges were going to be for that, but there was actually no overtime challenges this season, which was the first time since Season 7, actually, so that was kind of weird. But I just kind of went with this black theme, and then got some gray digital camouflage and got the tattoos and the little face paint there. And I don't know why it's showing my bandana as black. It's actually gray. I don't know why it's showing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's how my Maya actually looks. But yeah, I did a gray bandana to kind of make it mix with like the black, gray, and whatnot of her overall suit. But yeah, that is my Maya right there. I don't know why it shows it's black in the locker. Now it's not. Okay. And they are saying that there's supposed to be the victory umbrella for next season supposed to be forged, so you're gonna be able to like do challenges or whatever and choose different styles and make your own victory umbrella or something. So that seems pretty darn cool. Of course, I think a skin's a little more cool. Overall, just pretty darn cool. Next up is Agent Peely. Yes, another banana skin. This is probably my least favorite skin from this battle pass, just because it is pretty clean. Probably out of all the banana skins, this is probably maybe my favorite one. I'm not too sure. Maybe P1000. It's basically just Peely in a suit, but hopefully this is the last banana skin, because I have all of them except for Peely Bones. So there's that like Halloween skeleton Peely one, and then there's P1000 and Peely, and then the Peely Bones one. So there's all those ones, of course. So hopefully no more banana skins, because we have, I think, quite enough. So that's that one. But this is the base style. Kind of has like a Doctor Who kind of looking suit, and he's got a pistol strapped to his leg. And then this is the main one that I use right here. The Ghost style, I just think it looks really clean with the black and white tuxedo. And then the Shadow. This is the only one that you can do Ghost or Shadow. because this one you don't actually have to complete any challenges. It's just at a certain tier in the battle pass you unlock Shadow, and then at a certain tier higher you unlock Ghost. So yeah, but then probably one of the more rare skins in the game now is the Golden Agent, because to get the full Golden Peel you have to reach level 300, and then you have to get to level 350. Sorry, my dog just wanted it in to say hi to me and then back out now. Yeah, so they did extend the season by quite a bit, so I think a lot more people did end up getting him. But overall, just I don't think a ton of people got him. Of course, I didn't. After all the challenges went and stuff, you guys know I really only play Battle Royale when there's challenges and whatnot to be completed. So yeah, so over this past month or so, I have really not been playing Battle Royale that much at all. I just got to level 250 to get a banner icon that we'll show later, and that's about it, and to watch the event and stuff. Which, yeah, also, if you guys didn't watch that video, it was the last video, will be linked in the description where it says previous video. Definitely check that out. Pretty darn cool video and very cool event. But yeah, but that is Agent Peel. He says he's got a license to peel, part of the Banana Royale set, and unlockable styles, and all the skins that you can unlock. The Golden Agent, it says Enlightened. But yeah, once you unlock them, they just start with a little bit of gold, and then as you level up, they will get more and more gold until you get them full gold. And I got most of them fully gold, except for a couple, I believe. But yeah. So then we got Brutus right here. Pretty darn cool skin. He's basic but cool. He's got the big style character model, and yeah, it says don't make him tell you twice. He's kind of like a part of the brute force set. He's kind of like a bouncer or something. He's got tattoos on his head like a llama and whatnot. He's got this gray suit and these shaders, and all these like battle pass skins have this little earpiece because they're all like agents and whatnot. Yeah, so I got him. The style I chose for him is Shadow. It's kind of like a really buff Skull Trooper almost. But yeah, got that one, and then I did, of course, he's his Golden Agent style, got him fully gold. So yeah, so that is him. So yeah, and then Tiantina, wherever she is, right here. So yeah, so it says light the fuse and run the world per the short fuse set. And yeah, she's just right here. She's got this pose, kneeling on a propane tank, and yeah, just a pretty cool, unique skin. I didn't like her too much at first, but she is pretty darn cool actually, especially in game with the emote I'll show in a second. And for her, I also chose Shadow. Yeah, just kind of like the black and white theme and whatnot. But overall, for all these skins, you guys know I usually like the default style for most skins that have styles better. And for literally all the Battle Pass skins, I actually like the default styles better. So yeah, so I unlocked all of their Shadow/Ghost styles, but I just used their default style. I really wasn't trying to unlock all their styles. I didn't really care too much to do it, but I ended up just doing it at some point anyway. And then, didn't quite get her fully gold, I guess. I got everything but, like, her shins, pretty much. So yeah, so that's as much as I got of her gold. But yeah, so that's Tiantina there. It says unlockable styles, enlightened, and built in, because she has a built-in emote, which is pretty darn cool. You actually just do this, throw down a little bomb, and then you can see she actually has, like, this cool animated style where she looks like a comic thing. And it's really cool because she actually doesn't have, like, any shadows or whatever. And in-game, it just looks like a kind of different game. You look like a little comic book character running around. And yeah, it's really cool. And if you use it with more of her set, it does also affect like her harvesting tool and back bling and whatnot. And yeah, pretty darn cool. That's one of the main reasons why I started liking her more. And of course, it does do it with the Shadow and Golden Agent style and whatnot. I haven't done it with this much of her gold yet, but... Oh, so yeah, so I guess it actually does do that too. That's my first time seeing it with the gold right there, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, so that's Tiantina. Next up is Meow Souls, the meme skin of this season, which I absolutely love. Probably my favorite skin from this battle pass. But yeah, he is just a buff cat. It says Meow Souls. He's one swole cat, part of the swole cat set, and he's got enlightened, reactive, unlockable styles, and built-in. So yeah, so he's just got these jeans on with his overalls, these dual pistols, and yeah, just really cool buff cat. And it's got a little heart Lynx tattoo on his bicep there. And for him, I also chose Shadow, just a really cool scary looking buff cat there. And then I did get him fully gold as well there. So yeah, and then he also has a built-in emote, which is pretty good. When I first saw it, I thought it was just him flexing his muscles, but it's actually like a whole emote with music and whatnot, as you can see right here. So yeah, so it's just like a whole gun show, but pretty epic little emote there. Yeah. So yeah, and also, as you guys know, they plan their seasons like way in advance and whatnot. So this guy was actually teased in all the way back in season 7. If I can find the loading screen here, oh yeah, right here. So yeah, so as you can see right there, he is actually on her monitor there. So yeah, so he's actually been teased since all the way back in like season 7. So that's pretty crazy. So yeah, so then next up is Sky. Right here. A lot of people say she's like the youngest looking Fortnite skin because she does kind of look like 14 or whatever. So yeah, but just a pretty darn cool, unique skin. It reminds a lot of people of like Adventure Time or like a Zelda or something. But yeah, just pretty darn cool skin. Of course, everybody's like most loved character of the season was like Ollie or Guff or whatever. And yeah, just pretty cool little skin right there. It says find your greatest adventure, part of the Quest Friend set in the styles. I chose Ghost for her just because it kind of goes along with that like Zelda kind of theme. And yeah, chose that for her. And I haven't even unlocked her gold style. So yeah, so that's her. She does also have a built-in emote, which is very cool. You actually use her hat when you use her glider, which we'll show later. You actually take off your hat, and then your hat turns into Ollie. And you actually use it as a glider, but then for the emote, you actually take your hat off, and then it turns into Ollie, and then you bounce on it, and it's actually a traversal emote, which is very cool. It's pretty darn fast, and yeah, you just ride around on Ollie like that. So yeah, pretty epic. But yeah, that's another reason I did end up liking that skin even more too. But yeah, so that is Sky right there. And then next up is the tier 100 skin, which is Midas, which you guys know is the god or whatever that touches whatever he touches turns to gold, which I have saved on the ghost style. My favorite style is, of course, the default, but the ghost style is very clean. Out of all the ghost and shadow styles, this is the one I care for the most. But what's kind of weird is the first gold agent style you can fully unlock is Midas, even though he's the tier 100 skin. But yeah, it says all that glitters is yours, part of the golden ghost set. And yeah, so that's him, all gold, of course. And then I chose the ghost style because I just think it looks really clean, that white and gold. And yeah, really like that. And then the default here, he's got tattoos, very pale. He's got like a gold iris right there, and then his other eye is just like messed up. And then if you actually glitch through on the replay, he actually has a tattoo like on the bottom of his neck right there that actually says Midas. He's pretty darn cool. He's got these gold hands and just really dapper looking in these gold pistols and whatnot. But he's got 2 strapped and then he's holding another one, so he's loaded up. But yeah, you guys also know in my pictures I also kind of cosplayed, I guess, as this guy. Let me see if I can find it in here real quick. Yeah, right here. So yeah, you guys know I did that. I don't know if I ever showed it on the YouTube channel, but on my Instagram pages I did. So yeah, so did that. Yeah, he's not my favorite skin, of course. I just thought that he'd be pretty easy to do that with. But yeah, so that's Midas. A lot of people love this tier 100 skin. I think it's mainly because most tier 100 skins are pretty big. Of course, you guys know I don't mind big skins. I just like skins that are really unique and cool, and I like running. I don't care how big or whatever they are. But yeah, I do like Midas. I think he's a good tier 100 skin. I don't think he's like as crazy, and like I don't like him as much as like other tier 100 skins. But I think he's probably my second favorite skin out of this battle pass. He is pretty darn clean, but I think a lot of people like him because of how skinny he is. He's got some stick legs and whatnot. But yeah, so that is Midas. Of course, he also plays a large role in the storyline. Of course, he's pretty much the one that started the device event and whatnot, and caused the tsunami that's currently hovering over the map right now. Yeah, and he's also reactive. The only bad thing about this skin is if you want to run certain wraps with him, you really can't, because whatever he touches turns to gold, of course. So as you may have seen, whatever weapons or vehicles he uses turn gold, and they stay gold for the rest of that match. Even if you drop them, it will literally just be a gold weapon sitting on the ground. It won't upgrade it to legendary, of course. It'll just be a gold weapon. But yeah, so he does actually have his own wrap, which we'll also show, but that's kind of useless because you can't use it with him anyway. So yeah, so that's that. A lot of people, including me, wish that you could turn it off just so you can do some more combos with him, which sadly you really can't, but yeah. So that's Maida's this season's Tier 100 skin. So next up is Doggo. Yes, I finally got him. I've been wanting him ever since he got leaked, but I just now finally got around to getting him. But yeah, so it says, who's a good boy? But he got the style. I believe he got the style this season. Might have been last season. I'm not too sure. But yeah, so this is his base style, the Burger King looking one. You guys all know this one. This is my friend Beanie Mac's like main skin right here. But then he's got this one, the Christmas or the festive style. Very shiny and whatnot for Christmas. But then my favorite style, this is the one I keep it on, the nice militia style. He's just, I mean, he looks like a anarchist doggo or something. It says Dog Patrol. Came with a separate back bling. This skin comes with a back bling, but they actually sold a separate back bling that you could buy to go along with this style. But yeah, happy that I finally got him. Came out in Season 9, and I just now got him in Chapter 2, Season 2. So yeah. But next up is Iris, this season's starter pack skin, wherever she is. Oh yeah, she's a rare skin, I forgot. I was looking for epic. Yeah, she's right here. Pretty darn cool skin, of course. I'm not usually a huge fan of the skins that are just like really just basic and kind of lazy. Most people are absolute huge fans of them because they're try-hard and skinny and they can use them easily. But this one I do like. I think the shorts are kind of weird just because she's wearing like a hoodie, a big poofy hoodie, and then the little shorts and whatnot. But yeah, I like the pattern one on the blue hair. But yeah, it says keep the competition in your sights, part of the Vivid Vision set. And she does have a style where you can take her hood off. I just think her hair kind of looks weird without the hood, so I do like it with the hood more. But yeah, I do like that skin quite a bit. She's grown on me a little bit. But yeah. So next up is Bash. I finally got this guy. I've been wanting him for a little while, but finally got him. So yeah, so he's just pretty much like the post-apocalyptic llama dude. He's part of the leftover set. It says when good llamas go bad. I almost said when good llamas go bald. But yeah, this is my favorite style, the default style. I just love like the rainbow and whatnot, and his green glowing eyes, and yeah, just really cool. Looks like a SWAT team llama dude. But yeah, and then he comes with a decent amount of styles. He has the hero style, the militia style, which not a huge fan of his styles. I like this one. This style I think is really ugly, just like how he has all those colors, but then the rest of him is just like all that. Pretty gross looking. But then this one is pretty darn cool. He's like this really deep purple, but then he's glowing, and yeah, in the dark, of course, his horn and his eyes really glow. Yeah, that's the militia glow style. But yeah, pretty darn cool skin and pretty unique and whatnot. But yeah, and then Lion or Liline or however you pronounce it, right here, part of one of the best sets I think this season, especially the wrap. It's just really cool. It's like based after like the synthwave or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I just got the male one, and I actually I gifted a lot of stuff this season. Including one of the female version I gifted to one of my Discord friends, and I gifted quite a few things to Jambi and a few things to other friends. I was just gifting a lot this season. But yeah, so that's him right there. Of course, he's just like a llama, another llama skin, but he's got this cool like black suit on with glowing and whatnot, and it looks pretty darn cool in the dark and everything. It says Prowl the Neon Knight, part of the Neon Jungle set, and it's really cool with him because I can't really show it in game, but if you watched the concert video with the Dylan Francis and whatnot, I wore the skin. And when the reactive style, whenever you're holding your harvesting tool or whatever, you'll be this style, but then whenever you pull out a weapon, you'll switch to this style. So it's really cool, and it actually makes a little like beep kind of sound, and it kind of fizzes up. So really cool how they did that. They haven't really done it with many skins since or anything. This is one of the only skins to like have a reactive thing like that. But yeah, so you can have the reactive, which is the one I keep it on just because why not? You can use both styles while in game and whatnot, and just really cool. Or if you don't want to have that feature, you can just choose the Neon Llama style and it will just stay like that no matter what, or the Neon Lion to stay like that. So yeah, so that's his other style there, and that's why he's called a lion, and the other one's, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a bunny slash something. But you guys know I usually like the male versions of skins more, just because they usually have a lot more uniqueness about them and a lot more detail. A lot of people don't like them better because they're usually bigger, of course, and whatnot. The female's more sleek and simple, but I like more detail and uniqueness and whatnot. Yeah. And it's the same thing with his back bling, which we'll show in a second. But next up is Big Chuggus. Again, I've been wanting this skin for a while. Finally got him. It took him a while to come back, almost 2 months or so, which isn't an insane amount of time, but still felt like a while. But yeah, they also added this new series, new rarities, yeah, so we're getting a ton of series now. But yeah, the Slurp series, Big Chuggus, of course, based after Big Chungus. But yeah, small Chugguses need not apply, part of the Slurp Squad set. And yeah, he looks like the Bane from, I believe, Batman and Robin. Yeah, definitely, I think, based after that Bane. But I just love, like, his spine right there, and, like, how his suit's built out of, like, one of those Slurp jugs. He's got, like, Slurp grenades, just, like, the Slurp splattered on his feet, and, his big old muscles, and just the overall colors and whatnot. You guys know my favorite color, cyan, and I just really love how all that looks. So, yeah, just very cool, unique, skin, and I really like it. So yeah, and then we got Zorgoton. Finally got this guy. I got him when he first came back into the shop with his new style, and I decided to get him then. So yeah, so right here, of course, you guys all know him. He says freed from the lab and out for justice, part of the UFO set. Came out during the Area 51 meme, of course, where I got like everything else except for the skin, the emote and whatnot, or both the emotes. Yeah. So this is his original style, pretty darn cool. He's got like those space Yeezys on. That's another pretty cool part about the skin, and he's also got like a holstered little blaster right there. And yeah, one eye, and it says 51 right there. And yeah, just pretty cool little skin there. And then you got the dark style, which I like better because of course it's got like the sign in black. And yeah, just really cool looking skin. Yeah, so finally got him. And then we got Swift, which, yeah, is kind of a knockoff Drift, but I just really like this skin. Honestly, I think he's really cool looking. I don't think he's been back in a while. I thought he was only going to come out with Chinese New Year, but he came back out a few months afterwards. But I don't think he's been back since I got him. He might have been, but yeah, I can't really remember. But yeah, I just really like how like sleek he looks while still being pretty highly detailed. And yeah. Of course, he's not based after like a kitsune. He's actually based off the year of the rat. So he's actually a rat. But yeah. But it says it's going to be his year, part of the street rat set. And yeah, he's got this little satchel, and that is Swift right there. And also his socks or whatever those are pretty cool. And then you got Taylor, which a lot of people weren't a big fan of this skin, but this is honestly one of my favorite skins of the season. He is very simple, but he's just very clean and whatnot, and I can't show the style in game, but if you guys watch my Fortnite spy games video, you'll see all the things about this guy. But he's basically reactive to everything, and you can see all those like details on his jacket and whatnot, and it actually like lights up and goes in that cool like swirly pattern. And it's red whenever you get hurt, blue whenever you heal or whatever, or green whenever you heal yourself, and then blue whenever you like hit somebody else. Whatever, and when you get an elimination, it turns gold for a second. And yeah, just the animation when it goes just looks really cool, especially in Save the World when you're constantly damaging husks. He's just like so cool, and it's just constantly going and whatnot. But yeah, it says stylish soldier of fortune, reactive, unique light patterns on eliminations, damage, health, and shields. Part of the Runway Raider set. And yeah, I think he's a new character model too. I can't really remember, but yeah, also has like green tinted hair and his tie and whatnot, and his little watch, and yeah, just a very clean skin. I think I'm one of the bigger fans of this skin because I don't think a lot of people really liked him, but I really like him. Yeah, he came in during a special item shop reset, like the morning that Spy Games came in. So yes, that is him. And then you got the Slurp Legends set, which is 3 skins here. I don't think it came with anything else, if I remember correctly, just the 3 skins. Which the first one is Slurp Jonesy, which honestly was my least favorite, but now it's kind of my favorite, because yeah, it is just Jonesy, but I don't know, just the, like, really sleek, like, black and sign and whatnot, it's just, it looks really good with certain backblings, and just, I don't know, somehow he's, like, my favorite out of the set, and just such a cool looking skin, in my opinion. Yeah, it says Slurp Up and Ship Out. And with all these skins, it's kind of cool because their head transforms with higher shields. So you'll start out with just like their basic head, but as you drink more shields, it will kind of turn into that. And then once you get to like max shields, it will kind of burst and turn into a mini kind of Ripley kind of looking thing. You guys know this skin from last season. It kind of turns into them. But they recently added styles where you can just have it stay on the base style right here. Or you can have it stay on the blob head, which I believe used to be called Monster. I don't know why it's called blob head now. But yeah. So that's that. Slurp Jonesy. But next up is Slurp Bandolette. Probably my least favorite from the set. I've never been a huge fan of Bandolette as a skin. And it's just, I think she kind of looks weird. But yeah. Interesting choice for the Slurp Legends set too. But I do like all the camouflage and colors and whatnot. I'm just not a huge fan of Bandolette as a skin. I just think it looks really weird, like around there and whatnot. But yeah, it says Slurp Field Ambush Predator of the Jungle. And then the next one, which is the one that I thought was going to be my favorite out of the set, but ended up being my second favorite, is the Slurp Leviathan. I don't have the regular Leviathan, but now I have this one, which I think is better than the regular Leviathan. But he has this black, which is kind of like has this cool purplish effect. But yeah, I do like the Slurp kind of splatting up on all their feet, but the only thing about his head is you can't really tell any difference, because the default is, of course, just round. But then once it fully explodes, all that changes is it kind of gets more bubbly, and then some bubbles pop out of the top, so just not too much changes about him. And then also the inside of his head just kind of turns into a ball. But the thing I do like about him is he actually has like a slurp fish. It's kind of like a fish tank with a slurp fish in it, which is pretty darn cool. But yeah. So his description is, "Call me Slurpfish." So yes, that is all of them. And then Contract Killer from like there's like the starter packs and then the bundles, and then there's like the little packs that you can buy that come with like the skin, something else, and some challenges to get some V-Bucks or whatever. And this was this season, so yeah, you got Contract Killer. So yes, another fish. I now have, once again, I now have all of the fish skins, because of course now there is trigger fish, regular fish stick, Contract Killer, and frozen fish stick. So yeah, lots of fish skins, and supposedly next season from the leaks, I guess this one guy said that he's supposed to be getting another style where it's just supposed to be fish stick with nothing on but swimming trunks, which I think would look kind of funny, but definitely would be an appreciated style, especially since he's a rare skin that already has 3 styles, but if you logged in during the World Cup last year and got this style, then 4 styles. So for me, already 4 styles, so I'd be getting a 5th style. But yeah, so this is Contract Killer, of course, kind of based off of Contract Killer. But yeah, so Send in the Fish, part of the Assassin set off of Assassin and Bass. But yeah, it's just fish stick in a tuxedo and like kind of a mean face there, and he's just wearing these big old shades here, which is my favorite style. I just love the big old shades on him. And then you got this one without his shades or no glasses. So yeah, I played as him for a decent amount. Got as you guys saw in the Fortnite Funny Moments 2 video, I was playing as this guy when we got like 5 wins in a row or whatever. So yeah, but that is him. So then we got Oro, which was leaked since maybe like a month before the end of last season. It was leaked forever, and it didn't come out until about halfway through this season or something. But I decided I would get him. So definitely by the time he came out, he was very hyped up. I think he was a pretty high-selling skin because a lot of people, it grew on over time, and it was just, everybody thought he was going to be the Tier 100 skin for this season. But yeah, finally came out. He also came out with some challenges, so the rest, he came with himself and his glider, but then you could complete some challenges to get his wrap and his pickaxe for free. But yeah, so this is the skin himself. It says Oro, Golden Treasure, and Eternal Obsession, part of the Midas' Revenge set. And he was originally part of like the Eternal Obsession set or some other set. But yeah, so people do say this is like a dead version of Midas or whatever, because of course he's part of the Midas' Revenge set. And you can see his eyes. He has that scar there, which is the same eye that Midas has on there. And of course he's gold and stuff too. So yeah, so just a very detailed skin. Of course, he is a lot like Blackbeard or Blackheart right here. Yeah, both really cool skins. But yeah, just like a skeleton and some torn up stuff. He's got like a little Oro right there, as you can see. But yeah, just really cool. His crown is kind of weird. Reminds me of some aquatic coral or something. I don't really know. But yeah, the only thing is his skull is like that. More looks like some sort of chimp or something. Doesn't really look like a human. I mean, Midas does kind of got that jawline though. But I mean, that much of a jawline, because if he has those teeth, I don't think I want Midas to smile. But yeah, so just really cool detailed skin, and he does have some style. So I keep it on this one, the Golden King, and he actually glows pretty brightly in-game. But then you have this one, which is just him as gold, no glow, so it's not glowing, but he's still gold. And then this style was leaked for a while, but it came out around the next time he came out. He didn't return to the shop for about a month, but once he did, a little bit before, they gave him the styles for his, I believe his glider. I'm not too sure. I believe his glider also got the style, but also his pickaxe and the skin, which is a pretty cool style. It's the Skeleton King, which he's not gold anymore. He's like black, dark brown, and red. And yeah, pretty cool style. Probably my second favorite after the Golden King. But yeah, pretty darn cool right there. And his pickaxe, I think, goes with a lot on that style. But yeah, that is Oro right there. Yeah, so then next up is the secret skin from the season, which was already teased in the Battle Pass trailer. So this was the first time we knew the secret skin since the beginning of the season. Yeah, so he finally came out, and not only was this the skin, but this is the first ever time, because there's been harvesting tools and gliders and whatnot included with the secret skins, but this time there's a whole set, because there's 9 weeks or 8 weeks of, or there's 10 weeks or so of challenges, and overall you unlock the skin, the back bling, the wrap, the banner icon. I believe there's a loading screen or two, or there's two sprays, and then in the shop there's a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, so you guys know it is my favorite superhero, Deadpool. So yeah, they literally collaborated with Deadpool, which I was so happy and excited for, because as you guys know, I'm just an absolute fanboy for Deadpool, Iron Man, and Batman. So yeah, so that's just so awesome. Now we have Deadpool and Batman, of course. So now all we need is Iron Man, but I don't know if they'll do that. I mean, we do have tons of Marvel stuff. It's just now, since, Iron Man's no longer with us, I'm not too sure. But yeah, and also it's kind of cool because it's pretty much based off of the one from the movies, which is honestly, out of all the Deadpool suits from the comics, are not my favorite suit. The only thing that's different is in the movies he actually has a cross strap right there, but in here he's got the kind of comic book style backpack kind of style straps. But he's also loaded. He's got the two Desert Eagles strapped in his holsters, which are also carbon fiber. You guys know I absolutely love carbon fiber. And he's also got two pistols in his hand, so he's absolutely strapped. But yeah, and then he's got just tons of detail, these pockets and whatnot. He's got this knife on his strapped to his leg. And yeah, that is Deadpool, and he also has tons of styles. You could unlock the mask off style. So yeah, so they did actually include the mask off style. Looks pretty darn creepy there. He's got the yellow glowing eyes, some more based off the comic book right there. Yeah, and then you could also get the X-Force style. A lot of people were saying this. There wasn't anything in the leaks, but then all of a sudden for the next challenges, you could unlock this. So I don't know if they were planning to do it, or they just saw all the people saying we want an X-Force style, and so they're just, oh, okay, well, we can do that, or whatever. But yeah, we got the X-Force style with the red, just the black and gray, and then the red eyes and the red X logo on his belt there instead of the Deadpool logo. And yeah, pretty darn cool there. Of course, I just like the base Deadpool the best. But yeah, and you can also do him unmasked. But yeah, so it's so cool that we actually got him. It says the Merc with the Mouth, part of the Deadpool set. And yeah, probably easily my favorite secret skin of all time there, part of the Marvel series. But yeah, just, I mean, literally Deadpool, so really cool. So next up is all the way down here, Boxer, which is based off of more concepts by this one guy. I believe the same guy who made the Aura and Guild skins. But yeah, it's basically just a set of these people that made armor and weapons and whatnot out of cardboard boxes. But yeah, it says he always knows which side is up, part of the special delivery set. And that's the only thing I got from the set, but I liked it since my mom was like a shipper and eBay store person, whatnot. That's kind of what she does for her work now. Said this is kind of her set. So yeah, so I just got the male version. I just like how his face mask is or his box on his head is closed, and he just has this derpy little drawn on face that says fragile on it, because the female is just like a cardboard box with like cut out eye holes, which I just think was a little more basic. But yeah, just really like it. It's pretty cool in game. I like the duct tape effects and stuff. And yeah, just also when you're hopping around, the little flaps on there fly around. But yeah, so that is Boxer. Then next up, more Deadpool skins. We got this little bundle where it came with 2 skins. For, of course, a very discounted price, which was just some remixes on some older skins, which is Ravenpool and Cuddlepool. This is Ravenpool. Pretty darn cool skin. It says Maximum Darkness, like the Maximum Effort thing. But yeah, it's just like a red and black Raven. Probably my favorite Raven out of all of them now. And you can see he has like this like fog that comes out of his face. And just these like red glowing eyes, which kind of do have like the Deadpool eye mask shapes. And yeah, and they still have the Deadpool logo right there. But yeah, just really cool. And of course, I now have all the Ravens. As you can see right there, I got the basic Raven, the Frozen Raven, and now Ravenpool. So yeah, so lots of Ravens now too. But yeah, so that's him. And then Cuddlepool right here. This is my first Cuddle Team Leader skin, even though there's like tons of them. This is actually my first one. So yeah, so it's just also my favorite one. But she does have holsters, but there's no guns in them for whatever reason. I guess I wanted to keep her looking somewhat cuddly, but she still got the heart nose. And yeah, just a Deadpool themed one. And she actually has like the cross strap that is on it. So she's like definitely based off the movie suits. But yeah, and I also just love all the, I don't know why you can see it right here, but the details and whatnot. Since I'm also on my new PC, everything looks like so much better. Of course, the video recorder lowers it by a little bit from what you guys can see, but for me, now with the PC I've now been using, everything just looks like so amazing. I was like, just when I first played on this game, this was one of the first skins I used, and it was just so good looking now. Yeah, just everything looks so good now on my, not only Fortnite, but just every game. Yeah, I thought my other PC was fine, but once I upgraded to this PC setup, just dang. I guess now I have a new definition of fine. But yeah, so that says it, Ferociously Furry. And also, we got Quackling. Everybody hated this skin. I thought it was good, mainly because it was an uncommon skin with this skin style, or skin model or whatever, but also it comes with 4 styles, which, I mean, it's an uncommon skin. What more can you ask for? But yeah, it's just like a creepy, torn-up duckling kind of thing. A lot of people say it's Chica from Five Nights at Freddy's. But yeah, it's one of the Easter skins from this year. It says Quack in Action, part of the Quackle team. But yeah, it was only 800 V-Bucks for a Cuddle Team Leader kind of model skin. And it also has all these styles, which is yellow, blue, green, and red. I just like the yellow one the best, just because it's like a little chick or whatever. But yeah, that's Quackling. Not like a huge fan of the skin, but I think I do like it more than most people do, and I do really think it is a very good bang for your buck. But yeah, so the next up is Cable. I believe they're still in the shop too. Maybe. Oh no, they are not. All the Deadpool stuff was in the shop again, but it's finally gone. But the Deadpool stuff was in the shop for like 2 weeks straight, and then it was in the shop for like another 4 days. But I guess it's not anymore. So I don't know if we'll ever see it return or not, but I got everything I wanted. So yeah, so there was this other bundle where you could buy them separately, where it came with Psylocke, Domino, and their harvesting tool / back bling / gliders, whatever. But also Cable, which was the only one out of them I wanted, just because I'm not a huge fan of the characters of Psylocke and Domino. But Cable is kind of Deadpool's, they're always, I mean, I don't know, you guys know Cable and Deadpool, they're kind of a little duo, I guess. But yeah, so I got Cable. Of course, he is based off of, not the Josh Brolin Deadpool 2 one, but just based off of the very cartoony comic book one. He's got the big old metal arm where you can see literally like every muscle in an arm. And then his regular arm, but then he's also got these like grenades or whatever those are on his big old shoulder pad, and when you're in dark places and you can see the pulsing red, they look really cool. And then yeah, just all the detail there. He's holding a P90 there, and he's got the big old glowing eye, and yeah, again based off the Save the World construction character model, and yeah, he's got X's all over him. And these ones are actually part of the X-Force set, still part of the Marvel series. But yeah, so Seasoned Soldier and Master Battle Strategist. And yeah, just really, really cool to actually have Deadpool and Cable in Fortnite. So yeah, so then we got Travis Scott, of course, the bundle. I honestly just wanted Astro Jack. I'm not a huge fan of Travis Scott, as I've said before. I only like a few songs by him. But yeah, I just figured I felt better about buying the bundle that came with both of the skins, because if not, I felt like I was buying, because then I would have had to buy the skin. I believe it was either 1,500 or 2,000, but if I bought both these skins together, it was like 1,500 or something. So it's just a lot better. You feel like you're getting a lot more of a deal if you're just buying both of them. So yeah, I got Travis Scott, pretty cool skin, but I mean, it's Travis Scott, it's kind of basic, and yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the skin. But yeah, another Icon Series skin, but it says Travis Scott, Love Flame. But this is the style I keep it on. Of course, is it T35 or T3500. I don't know if this is from anything else. Again, I'm not a huge fan of him. I have listened to all of his discography, but I'm not sure if this is from anything in particular. But during the concert, you guys know this was during the astronomical part. He turned into this Terminator type thing. But yeah, this is a base style. Of course, he's got this little slouching kind of pose. And yeah, he's got these Nikes on, which at first I was just like, wait, did they get the rights to have Nikes in the game too? But I forgot they did the Jordan collab, which Jordans are by Nike and stuff, so yeah. And those skins were wearing Nikes too, or the Jordan Nikes. And yeah, he's got this Cactus Jack necklace. This necklace tattoos one that literally says puke on his throat. So yeah, but I don't think there's any like Fortnite themed tattoos. I think these are all just like his actual tattoos that he has in real life or something. But yeah, and then the style, of course, I just like better because his like skin is torn up with the mechanical showing, and then his pants are kind of cindering in a little smoke effects and whatnot. Just pretty darn cool. And his blue eyes and just the glowing in his teeth right there, but pretty darn cool there. But then the next one is, of course, Astro Jack, which, in my opinion, is one of the best skins that came out this season. I think it's just so cool. Just a lot going on, lots of details. It says out of this world. And yeah, it's just like a guy in like a suit. I think it's pretty much just Travis Scott. You can tell they're wearing like the same pants. But yeah, and he's got one of the same necklaces, but then this one's just like a horse. But yeah, and then he's just got this really cool like trench coat type thing that's all like shredded towards the bottom and just has this really cool effects. Looks like the Goosebumps wrap. And then on his head, he literally has like a globe head with two of the Astroworld Cyclone roller coaster carts going around with flames behind them. And then this really cool animated Astro Jack logo thing. And his face actually is rotating, and you can see the actual original Chapter 1 map right there. It's like the Season 3 one or something, I believe. And then right there, you got the Chapter 2 map. So yeah, it's just really cool. It's like the Fortnite globe or whatever. And then he has the styles. That's the Sicko Mode style, which is the one that I really like. But then you got the base style, which is the default, which is still pretty darn cool. This is definitely Travis Scott, because this time he's actually wearing Jordans, some pretty cool looking Jordans, not gonna lie. But then he's got the Cactus Jack logo thing right there, and then this galaxy mask. The only thing that really throws this one off for me is then on the back it's like the black and white stripe thing, which really throws off a lot of back bling matches and just the overall skin together. But yeah, that's that. So I just like the Sicko Mode one better. But yeah, so that is all of them. And next up is Dream. I've been kind of wanting this skin for a while. Of course, she came out with like the event, the Unvaulting event back in Season 8, and I just now finally got her. But yeah, mainly because of her back bling, but she has a pretty cool skin overall. I just feel like she's largely based off of Dark Bomber, which you guys know for since like how long I waited for her to come back and whatnot. And I got her the second time she was ever in the shop and everything. She just and how happy I was when she finally came back after waiting almost 2 months. She's like a special skin, yeah. So you got Dream. I mainly got her for her back bling, but she is of course a pretty cool skin still. But yeah, pretty basic female skin again, as a lot of them are. But she does have a little more going on, which is good. And yeah, it says Light Breaks Through, part of the Broken Light set. And yeah, that's her. She does have these cool like star animations going around everywhere, and then like the shattered glass kind of look, and then this cool face and the little rift butterfly. And yeah, pretty darn cool. We'll show her back bling in a second, but that is the skin itself. So then we got Guff, the probably best meme skin of the season. This skin was leaked for a while. It was out of all the skins that were leaked in that certain patch or whatever. This was like the last skin to come out, and then it didn't return for like a month and a half. And for whatever reason, they've only been keeping new skins in the shop for like a day instead of 2 days. So he was only in the shop for 1 day, even though this was probably one of the most loved skins by the community. Even people that only use like skinny skins, I think, even were excited for the skin. And yeah, a lot of love around this skin, including me. But yeah, it's just Guff, don't fluff with Guff, part of the mythical might. So yeah, so it's basically an Ollie skin. But yeah, just really fluffy. You guys saw in my first concert video, the one with, not the 3 people one, the first one with the Diplo Major Laser thing. You guys saw me doing like emotes with this guy, and his little ear things look really funny with certain emotes. And yeah, he's got these weird like chicken legs and whatnot, these skinny legs coming out of all of his fluff. And yeah, this big old star. And yeah, just a really happy looking boy. And I can't really show it right now because I have to actually be talking to someone in my party. But you'll, again, if you watch that video, you will see that when you talk with the skin, his mouth actually moves. And I guess it does it with a few skins. I can't remember which ones exactly, but yeah, he's pretty much like Bush Ranger from last season, how he was like my favorite meme skin from last season. This is my favorite meme skin from this season. And when you're running around, some light feathers fall off. A lot of people say it's really distracting, but it's pretty hard to notice, in my opinion. But yeah, also Kylo Ren, all the Star Wars skins finally returned for May the 4th. So I finally got Kylo Ren, because last time, of course, I didn't have my own job or whatever, and one of my friends, Turtle, gifted me Rey randomly. But this time, since I have my own job and can buy my own stuff and whatnot, without having to use like Save the World V-Bucks and money I earned from whatever else, finally got Kylo Ren. And yeah, mainly just because, I mean, it's Kylo Ren. He's probably the best character out of the sequel series, or the sequel trilogy, if we're being honest. And yeah, he's got his cracked helmet that he had in Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, or The Last Jedi, or no, The Rise of Skywalker, yeah. But yeah, it's the Supreme Leader of the First Order. Looks pretty weird without a cape. That's the bad thing about him, as well as like the Batman skins, is like they look pretty weird unless if you're using the cape that they came with. But yeah, we'll show it in a second. But yeah, just they got all the detail there and whatnot. The cracked helmet just looks really cool. The depth in there too. But yeah, so that's him. And then I also during around that same time, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order went on sale again for like half off. It was like $30-something instead of $60-something. So I decided to get it because until the end of this year, if you buy it, you can still get the Imperial Stormtrooper. So yeah, so it says wear the armor of an Imperial Stormtrooper, part of the original trilogy set. And yeah, it's literally just an Imperial Stormtrooper skin. So I mean, it's pretty much one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic character from Star Wars, pretty much. Just the original Stormtrooper. But yeah, it of course still has that plasticky armor look. And yeah, just goes well. Tons of back blings, of course, black and white. And yeah, I just thought for $30-something to get that game, which is a pretty darn good game overall, and this skin is a pretty good deal. So yeah, make sure if it goes on sale one more time to definitely get that if you haven't yet. Unless if you want to buy it for like $60-something. But yeah, so next up is Siren, which, not gonna lie, I can't really remember what skin that is, so I might have to search it up. Oh, that's Siren, okay. So yeah, so here is Siren. It says Unforgettable and Inescapable. And she has 2 styles, or part of the Hit Squad set, she has 2 styles. She's got the space one right here. She's just like golden black and whatnot, and got this like very light blonde hair, and these like red palm gloves, or red fingered gloves. And yeah, just pretty basic and whatnot. And I actually waited until the second time or whatever she came back out. Because originally she didn't have this style, but then all of a sudden they gave her and the male counterpart styles, and the style made me want to get her, which is a noir, which if you don't know is from the noir kind of film genre, which is like a special type of black and white, which is just really cool because you can see she has kind of like that same comic kind of style that TNTina has, just not animated, and the only thing that has color is her lips there, which I just think it looks really, really cool, and also like the shadows and stuff there, as you can see. Yeah, definitely this style looks like it's based off of a girl from Sin City or whatever, but the other style, can't remember her name, but she's a character in Kill Bill, but she's definitely got to be based off her, because like the scene where she comes out of the trailer and she's got like the kind of suit on with the eye patch and whatnot. I think they definitely based it off of her. So yeah, so then we got Vulture, which is another skin I've been wanting for a while that I finally decided to get. Which is right here. So yeah, so for whatever reason, it kind of reminds me of Archetype, but yeah, it's Vulture. He's kind of based off of the I can't remember his name right now. The yellow pilot kind of guy skin, or yeah, Raptor. That's his name. He kind of got the Raptor model, but yeah, he looks pretty cool in the dark because all that blue kind of glows in the dark. But yeah, he also kind of reminds me of like the Punisher or Crossbones from Marvel, from his mask paint. But yeah, just pretty cool. He's pretty square around there, but yeah, just pretty darn cool skin. I just have been wanting for a while. I think nowadays, he did come out in Season X, but I think nowadays he probably could have been a rare skin, but I still thought he was worth it. Yeah, and it says Loom Over the Competition, part of the Airstrike set. So yeah, so finally got him. And next up is Bonehead, which is right here, which a lot of people say is the Sans skin, because his face kind of looks like Sans, but I say is either Sans or Vendetta Part 2, which you guys know Vendetta is my favorite skin. But yeah, he just kind of has that kind of mouth and whatnot of Vendetta. But yeah, yeah, it says Bonehead, show them your inner fire, part of the Burning Bone set. And this guy, like Guff, out of all the leaked skins in that patch, was like the last one to come out. So it took a while for him to finally come out, but I was pretty happy once he did. So again, I think this guy could have been a rare, but I think he's still fully worth it for Epic, in my opinion. But yeah, do love all the cool designs on him and whatnot, the interesting colors. It's kind of weird because it's not like red, it's kind of like a very hot pink almost. But yeah, and then the little hoodie here, and then his face right there with the cool like flame effects, and a little scar right there in his glowing blue eyes, and his kind of cool little pants there and whatnot. But yeah, so that is Bonehead right there. Pretty darn cool skin. I don't think many people liked him, but me and my friend Jambi from Discord really liked him. But yeah, next up is Ninja. Yes, I finally got him. Supposedly it was his last time in the shop they put him in the shop over that weekend, and him and his wife on Twitter were hinting that it was like his last time in the shop, so I don't know if that's true, but yeah, I didn't get him because of that. It's just because, as you guys know, like, I'm not really a huge fan of Ninja. I'm not a huge fan of many streamers. But I just think his skin is pretty darn clean, because you guys know I'm usually like a sucker for skins with like hoodies and masks for whatever reason, like Bonehead and Vendetta and yeah, and also like Drift and Inferno and on and on. But yeah, also another skin that you guys know is like in my top 5 skins at least still, that I really, really like, is of course this white version of Master Key, and I just feel like Ninja's a lot like him. Yeah, I just think he's a really cool skin. Plus, of course, I like Sign in Black and whatnot, so there's that. But this is my favorite style just because it's reactive. You can see his hair kind of has like a flame effect, and all the black on him has like this like black fog effect, and he has his logo and whatnot. But I also like his hoodie shape with the drawstrings with those little kunai on them or whatever. But he has 4 styles. He's got the default where he's just the Tyler Blevins ninja right there. And then the mask on, which he kind of just has like the mask and the hood. It's kind of weird how his hood's only on like half of his head. But then he's got the Raven style. Not sure why it's called Raven, but yeah, right there. And then my favorite style, reactive, which is cool because the more kills you get, the more his little headband will kind of light up or glow gold, and then it will get longer and longer. Can't remember how many kills it maxes out at, and how long it gets, but it gets like somewhere around here or so. But yeah, it gets pretty darn long. But yeah, that's Ninja. But also his back bling, you guys will see in my main loadout. I actually switched out my main back bling for my Vendetta loadout from Spectral Spine to his back bling now. Because I think it just looks so good on this style of Vendetta, my favorite style. But then last but not least, he just came out a few days ago, is Cyclo, which I thought was going to have more to do with the event. But yeah, apparently Midas during the event, Midas I think wears the suit or something. At least from that loading screen. It's not an actual like loading screen, but the when you're loading into the event game mode, there's that loading screen where he was like kind of looking at the suit and whatnot. So I think he might wear this suit. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's basically just an event. I'm not sure if it's event exclusive or not. Might be, might not. I'm pretty sure they would have said. But yeah. But it's pretty much just a skin representing that event, which I usually like getting, and I usually end up loving for pretty much ever more. Because you guys know another skin like that was like Mecha Team Leader and whatnot. So yeah, so I got him. So yeah, so he's Cyclo, Defy the Storm, not part of any set, surprisingly. But yeah, he's got these like like these repulsor kind of looking things in his palms. And yeah, just a lot of effects going on here. Definitely deserves legendary rarity, but he's got these little spikes and then these little prong things, which are like the things during the event where they came out of the little water bunkers that like kind of push the storm back or whatever. Then he's got this little holstered pistol right there, and yeah, he's got this cool like kind of glowing lightning type effect going on the shoulder, and then the shoulder's just got the purple glowing effects and whatnot. And then he's got these cool feet or legs, and then his mask with like, of course, like the device inside of it, which is pretty darn cool. Which in the icon you can see right there is actually, that is pretty much just the Eye of the Storm from Save the World, that evolution material. But in game it doesn't look as much like it, but yeah, that's definitely the Eye of the Storm right there. And of course he does have a lot to do with the storm, so kind of a Save the World collab right there. But yeah, really cool right there. For some reason, whenever I'm listening to music while playing Save the World, his head like always goes along with the music for some reason. But yeah, so that's the skin. Of course, he also comes with a pose there. And yeah, just very cool skin. The only bad thing is he is very similar to Tempest here. As you can see, they have the tube going off to that side. Yeah, you can see the tube going off to that side, tube going off to that side. And then the mask shaped like that with a little respirator looking thing. Mask shaped like that with a little respirator. One arm with a sleeve, one arm with like a storm effect. One arm with a sleeve, one arm with a storm effect. So yeah, so they are very similar skins. A lot of people thought Cyclo was going to be a style. That's why in my last video I said Cyclo is Tempest 2000 V-Buck style. But yeah, I just decided to get him. I can't tell which one I like more, but the back bling for Cyclo I definitely do like better than the back bling for Cyclo, because he comes with the Wind Shear Cloak, which is just a lot more simple and whatnot than Tempest. But yeah, they also do both come with capes. But yeah, but then last but not least, not a new skin, but a new style, which is for the Sniper skins Insight and the male version, which is they came with these new black styles, so now they have this cool purple style, which this is still my favorite style for her, but purple style is cool too. But yeah, we got those. So that is all the new skins for this season. So yeah. But now going on to back blings. Alright, so yeah, so now back blings. So first off, we got the banana briefcase, which is right here. Of course, we should probably get Midas isn't too bad with back blings, but we should probably just get an even more kind of flat skin, I guess. Which one shall we use? I guess we'll just use Wild Card. He's just plain white and flat and whatnot for back blings, so he should be good. So yeah, so banana briefcase right here, which it says more than one. It's a bunch. So yeah, so it's basically like a duffel bag with a couple magazines right there and stuff with giant bananas, which is basically just a reskin of the back bling that came with John Wick. Right here, Assassin Pack, just without the guns, and it's leaned the other way now. Yeah, and also has styles, of course, because with the Golden Agent thing, once you unlock them, you'd also unlock it for their back bling. But of course, since I don't have Golden Agent PLE, I don't have it for his back bling either. Yeah. So next up is Hench Hauler, which came with Brutus. So sometimes you gotta rough him up a little, part of the Brute Force set. So this is the base style right here. It's just like a big old backpack with like a hammer and a saw, which is actually his harvesting tool. So then you got my favorite style for it, which is just a black version with the ghost style kind of painted on. So of course, whatever style you choose is the style you get for the back bling as well. So I got the shadow style. So then I got the fully gold one for the Golden Agent as well. But that's my favorite style. And it's really cool with that back bling because if you're using the harvesting tool that you use with Brutus's harvesting tool, when you pull them out, it's a dual harvesting tool, and it's that, of course, which we'll show later. But when you pull them out, they actually pull them out of the back bling. There's no like special animation. It's just when you pull out your harvesting tool, you hold them, and then the back bling instead of it's just like the backpack and the hammer and saw thing aren't on it anymore. You guys probably know what I mean, but yeah. So next up is the Ario pack, or however you pronounce it. But yeah, it's back bling that comes with the customizable skin. I can't remember her name. Gear Specialist Maya. So it's right here. Still doesn't have the plus sign representing that it has different styles, which also, if you guys notice, they did once again change up how the locker looks. Took me some time to get used to it. But yeah, so now the rarities aren't like surrounding it and whatnot. It's just at the bottom. But I'm fully used to it now, and overall I just think it looks the best and most cool that it has ever looked now. And we also got presets, which is so nice. I can't remember if we had them last season. I believe it's new this season. But yeah, currently you can have up to like 9 or 10. I haven't made 9 or 10. I made like 8 or something. So pretty much almost there. But yeah, so nice that we finally got presets. So now we just need to be able to have more presets, I think. But yeah, it says stay cool in the desert sun, and at first we just had this base style, but randomly I thought everybody was wondering like how are we going to get the styles, because they sold the gliders separately in the shop, which I didn't get. The harvesting tool and the back bling, everybody was wondering how we're going to get it, but then randomly when an update came, they just randomly gave all the styles to everyone that had them for free. So yeah, that's how we got the styles from. But yeah, to go along with your Maya, you got this. So that's the default style right there. The brown camo, Arctic camo, which is my favorite one because of course it goes along best with my Maya. They got the jungle camo and the urban camo, and some of them have some writing on it. It says like BR or something for Battle Royale, I'm guessing. But yeah, it's pretty darn cool. They got like a grenade right there, a little knife, a flashlight or something, I think that is, and just, yeah, pretty basic, but just like a tactical backpack, I guess. So that's that. But then you got Kabag, with an exclamation mark. So it kind of looks like a steak or something, just kind of has that shape. But yeah, it says fashionably explosive, part of the short fuse set. Of course, it goes with TNTina. Yeah, just pretty basic little back bling. It's like a little pouch with a little grenade keychain. It says boom. Again, like I said, it reacts with her skin when you do the emote and whatnot. But yeah, that's the base style, and then of course the ghost or the shadow style. And then the plain Golden Agent style, which you can kind of see where it says boom still, but not too much. Yeah. I didn't even get the skin fully gold, but since the back blings are smaller than the skins, you can get the back blings fully gold before the skin. So I did get the back bling fully gold, just not the skin. Next up is the Feline Fun, which is right here. It's just a ball of yarn with some little mouse grenades, which is pretty creative. Again, I'm not usually a huge fan of these back blings. Again, not because they're big or whatever, it's just because they're like barely connected to the back, but then they're just like really tall, and it just looks really awkward. And you guys know it's like the same with certain other back blings, like like kind of this one. It's not too bad because since it's smaller, but also like this one and this one and whatever. Yeah, just pretty cool looking back bling overall, pretty creative. And yeah, it says play a game of cat and mouse. And yeah, that's actually the shadow style. The base one is that, so you can barely tell the difference. I just keep it on the shadow style because you can see that's like that, but then with this one you can see, I don't know if you can really notice it, but there is like a slight darkening and you can just see a little more detail. It just looks a little more pronounced with the shadow style. And then of course you got the golden agent style where it's just full gold, but the ghost style actually had like bluish yarn. But yeah, so that's that. So next up is the adventure pack. Right here, which is a really cool back bling. This is the thing that really makes it feel like Zelda or Adventure Time. It's just a really cool little backpack with like a water canteen type thing, and then just a few little pins, and that one even kind of looks like a Majora's Mask or whatever. And then you got this big old like patch metal thing that has like a tree on it, and then like a little gaming console handheld, and then a sword, which is the same thing like the hench hauler. Whenever you pull out her harvesting tool, it's just the backpack, and the sword is actually not there anymore. Which with this one's kind of weird because the harvesting tool is actually a dual harvesting tool again, but on here there's only one sword, so I'm not too sure what that's about. Yeah. So that's that, but there is styles, of course, since I chose the ghost one. There's that, and it actually has the ghost logo right there. And then the golden agent, which I haven't unlocked at all yet. So yeah, so there's that. It says adventure not included per the quest friend set. So yeah, and then the gold dagger pack, which is the tier 100 Midas back bling right here, which is just a kind of slanted little pouch thing with a little chain and a golden dagger right there. Yeah, it says for the classiest capers, or capers, part of the golden ghost set. And yeah, you got default, and then the ghost style right there, and then the golden agent. So yeah, so pretty basic, but does go pretty well on a decent amount of skins. Yeah, and then you got Chowdown, which is Doggo's back bling, not the one that was sold separately in the shop, the one that comes with the skin itself, which is kind of gross. It has some leftover dog food, and you can kind of see it right there. It actually kind of slides around whenever you move it. And yeah, it says Odin right there, and it says stay hungry. Yeah, just a little dog bowl right there. And then you got Roundabout, which came in the starter pack with Iris, right here, which is kind of a weird backbling. Not a huge fan of it. It's kind of just like a weird circular bag thing with these two little ribbons and then a pistol and a holster on the side. Just doesn't go too well on many skins, and it just looks kind of weird. It says vibrant, vivid, and very round. Yeah, and then you got the Llama Corn Shield, which came with what's his name, Bash, of course, which is right here. So yeah, it says a mighty sigil, part of the leftover set, and you got the base one, which is, I mean, it's basically like Captain America's shield. You can see on the back it really looks like it with the straps and whatnot, but yeah, it's basically Captain America's shield, but with a llama corn on it right there. I just like this one better, the militia one, just because it's got like the straps and pouches and whatnot. Just looks like it's actually being held on more, and yeah, just kind of looks, it matches a lot more skins like this, and yeah, so pretty cool backbling there. So yeah, but then the diamond grid, which goes with Lion, of course, and as I said, this does the same thing as a skin. Whenever you switch weapons and whatever, it switches to this style, which isn't much different. It just switches the colors, and just like the skin, you can either have it reactive, stay on neon purple, or stay on neon orange, and it says high tech and high stakes. And yeah, pretty cool backbling for what it does. I don't really know what it's supposed to be, but yeah, looks pretty cool. Yeah, so then you got Juggus, which came with Big Chuggus, which is a pretty darn cool backbling. Says Juggus, Slurp Juice not included, and yeah, it's just like got a little dial thing up there, and then a tank that's just kind of like pumping Slurp Juice, which kind of looks like it's like supplies Big Chuggus with the Slurp Juice he needs to survive or whatever. So yeah, so that is that, and then you got the Rat Lantern, which came with Swift, of course, right there. It's pretty much just like a Chinese lantern with a cool little rat right there, rat design, and yeah, it actually lights up. You can't really see it right now, but in dark, you can see it kind of pulses right there, and in dark you can see it a lot more. And it's got this little tassel thing right there. It says "Shine bright in the year of the rat." Yeah, and then I finally got the banner shield. You guys know I've had the banner cape, but yeah, capes have been pretty messed up since the Chaos Engine physics thing came in. But not only that, it's just the shield's grown on me a lot more over time, and also the banner on it is a lot bigger than it is on the cape, so you can just see it a lot more. So I finally got the shield, yeah, of course you guys know what it is. It's been around for a while. I just now finally got it. So yeah, so just customize your look by choosing banner and color in your locker. Part of the Banner Brigade set. So yeah, so then Deadpool's Katanas. So yeah, you guys thought that that the most universal back bling was the Wolf Pack, cause since you can pretty much use it on any skin. Was like my favorite back bling, but now there's an even more universal back bling, probably my new favorite back bling, just because of how universal it is, and you can use it on any skin, and it looks good on any skin, is Deadpool's Katanas. Yeah, another katana, but it's just plain black. It's dual katanas, and yeah, it's literally just his katanas based off the ones from the movie, or the movies. It says wield with maximum effort, and yeah, it's just his katanas. You can see they have a little bit of movement there, and yeah, it's just probably my new favorite back bling because they just look good on everything. Yeah, so I was unlocked like the week before the skin or whatever, I can't really remember, but yeah, and then you got the Lucky Clover, which came out, was one of the new St. Patrick's Day things. It's pretty much like the skin that comes with the Lucky Rider, except instead of being flat, just like a clover, it's like a actual like bag type thing. It's like a 3-leaf clover, but yeah, it says pack a little luck. Yeah, haven't used it too much, but I just thought it was worth it for an uncommon back bling. Sold separately in the shop. Yeah, and then you got Backstitch, which, honestly, I'm not sure if I can remember what that is. Yeah, I can't remember what that is. So we will search that up real quick. Oh yeah, it's a back bling that came, with, Taylor's. Yeah, so it's a sewing machine, black and gold, and I don't know if many people have noticed this, but when you run faster or whatever, it actually starts spinning faster. So yeah, you can see when I'm just like standing here, it slowly spins and slowly sews. So yeah, just really classic looking vintage sewing machine. Nothing reactive or anything about it, but it says keep it all sewn up. So yeah, that's back bling that came with him. I feel like he wasn't gonna come with back bling, but they decided to make that instead. So pretty cool back bling. Doesn't go too well on too many things, but yeah, still cool that he did come with a back bling, because I feel like he couldn't have come with a back bling, but yeah, definitely since he's epic, makes it even more worth it in my opinion. But yeah, and then you got back channel. Just exit that out. So yeah, I'm not sure what this is either, honestly. Oh yeah, this was another back bling, or not. Yeah, this was another back bling sold separately in the shop. Uncommon, but yeah, it says you never know who's listening in. And yeah, it's pretty basic, but I just think it looks really, it doesn't like match an insane amount of skins since it has that green, but the skins that it does match, it looks really good on it. It looks really good on the base style of Insight and a few others, but yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, pretty sleek looking, and yeah, just the skins that it looks really good on, it looks very good on. So yeah, so that is that. So yeah, and then you got Dorsal Destroyer, which came with Contract Killer, which this was the thing I was most excited for in the pack, honestly, because it's like a little baby fish stick in like a cool little suit with a couple space blasters, and when you move around, you can see he flops around, his little feet right there flop around, and his arms wiggle. But yeah, he's got these little space blaster there's and his little mohawk, and he's got a little crack in his visor there, and he's sucking all the pacifier, but it's pretty darn cool. It's like a little pet, but not like base pet that you're used to. It says he's got your deep 6, but yeah, that's his back bling. Really like that back bling. Yeah, and then you got Radiant Mantle, which is Oro's back bling, up here, kind of a cape, but yeah, it's right there. Goes pretty well on a lot of skins, actually. Looks really good on Swift and whatnot, but yeah, that is that. Lots of detail there. And yeah, it says the frozen rays of Ancient Star. And then of course you got the Golden King, the No Glow, and the Skeleton King right there. Yeah. And then you got the Cable Cloak right here, which is another cape. Don't know why he's down there. Yeah, it's a pretty basic cape right there. It's got the X-Force logo right there. But yeah, it looks really good on certain skins like Oro and whatnot. But what's also cool about this back bling is it actually has styles, and so if you're wearing, it doesn't work on all the other styles. It's just like Kylo Ren's cape. But yeah, you can see right here with the hood down, which is the style that I keep it on. You can actually see it interacts with the skin and goes around his neck. And it's just like a hood down for that thing, for the certain skin. But if you put the hood up, you can see the hood is actually up. And yeah, so that's very, very cool. Yeah, so that is what that cape can do, which is pretty darn cool. Yeah, I just keep it on the hood down style there, because it's my favorite looking on Cable, because as you can see on the other skins, it doesn't make a difference. Yeah. And then you got Cactus Jack, which is, of course, the back bling that comes with what's his name? Travis Scott. So you can barely see it there. You can kind of see it there. Yeah, it just says Cactus Jack in the shape of a cross with like the 3 sparks things, and it kind of moves. The only weird thing is you can like see this from across the map. For whatever reason, it like really glows like a burning red in game. And yeah, it says no bystanders. Haven't worn it much. Of course, it's a pretty try-hard back bling now, I'd say. But yeah, that's that. But then the other thing is Astroworld, which is a really cool back bling. It's, of course, like the Astroworld that was in the event, the planet itself, and it's got the pulsing like speaker thing in the back, or in the bottom there, or inside. And then it's got the roller coasters going all around it with the light effects, and then you can just see all the little carnival rides or whatever, like the carnival tent and the Ferris wheel and whatnot. And there is 3 selectable styles. There's default, blue, and fiery orange, which honestly I probably either like default or blue the best. The only reason I keep it on fiery orange is for my loadout that I use with it. But yeah, it's also really cool because it does react with music, as you saw in the videos with it. And it says my planet, my home. It kind of makes like little blast out sound wave type effect things. Yeah. So next up is Shattered Wing, which is the back bling, which is why I said I mainly wanted to get the Dream skin, which is right here. It's basically just a Rift Butterfly. This has been a pretty fan favorite since it came out. It says Breakthrough per the Broken Light set. And yeah, it's just a Rift Butterfly. It's got the cool animations. It's kind of like a pair of wings, but yeah, it goes well on a lot of skins. And it's just really cool. And then you got Fluffle Bag, which came with Guff, which is a lot like it's a lot like Sky's back bling, but it's just kind of like another adventure pack. This one makes a little more sense, because it actually has like dual swords, but they're not like swords, they're more like long daggers or whatever. But yeah, it says jam packed with sparkly shards, and it's got like whatever those are. They kind of move around, but yeah, pretty darn cool. Great back bling. It's got the like Majora's Mask looking patch right there or whatever again. Yeah, and also, I mean, it's a rare skin that also reacts with you moving, or his mouth moves and it reacts with you talking and whatnot. And he comes with a back bling, so definitely worth it with rare if you haven't got him yet. Yeah. And of course, his eyes also move with certain emotes and whatnot. They get all big and it's kind of creepy looking, but yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. So next up is Kylo's Cape, which is a lot like the Batman capes right there. Yeah, it's right here, Kylo's Cape. So this one I think goes even, or it goes well on a ton of skins, of course. Just plain black again. But yeah, it's got like the First Order logo right there, and it says First Order Battle Cape. And just like Batman and Cable and whatnot, if you're wearing its skin that it goes with, or that it came with, it actually reacts with that skin. So yeah, so you can see right there, it actually goes around his shoulders and gets like a little wider, and you can't see the logo anymore. And yeah, it's like that. And that's the one I keep it on just because I like to see his mask a little more, but it still looks a lot better with the cape. But then you can also put his mask up, which also looks really cool. It's just from the back where you actually see. It just looks pretty basic and simple, but yeah. That's another reason why I got that skin. Just really cool there. So yeah, so that is that. So then we got the Last Kiss back bling, which came with the Siren skin. Right here, it says sealed with a kiss, part of the Hit Squad set, and it's just really cool. It's like a little tactical bag or whatever. But yeah, it has this really cool like knife strap to it, and then just some gold chains and whatnot. Just really, really cool looking. Just hard to find a skin to match with it usually because it's like black, gold, and red and whatnot. But it does come with the style here, which I can't tell which one I like better for this part. But yeah, so it's just black and white and whatnot, and then has the red kiss again, just like her lips and stuff. So yeah, so that is that. So the next up is the Containment Pact, which came with Vulture, which this was the back bling that you saw, whatever his name is, I can't remember his name, the Battle Pass skin from last season, yeah, Ripley versus Sludge. This is the back bling that he was wearing in the trailer that everybody was wondering what it was. If you still didn't know, this is the back bling that he was wearing. The Containment Pact says Battle Raid Containment System. And yeah, it's just like a back bling with some blue fluid. I don't know if that's what Slurp, or what, I don't know if that's like the Slurp stuff or whatever. But yeah, that's that. So then the Ninja's Edge, this is the back bling I was talking about. Another reason that I got Ninja, because this back bling goes well on a lot of skins, but especially my main skin. So yeah, so another Katana skin, but it's got the like black, cyan, and navy blue, or regular blue, I guess, and it says keep your skills sharp. And yeah, it just looks so good on so many skins. Of course, mainly my main skin here, Vendetta there. You guys can just see I absolutely love how that looks. But it also looks really good. My favorite style for Dyer here looks really good on him. On Carbide, just looks really good on a lot of skins, and a lot of the skins that I like, some of my favorite skins, it looks the best on. So yeah, so really like that back bling, definitely one of my new main ones. And then the Shear Cloak, which sadly I cannot really show right now because it actually just got disabled yesterday because there's a glitch where it was like stretching across the map or whatever. Again, capes being glitched and stuff. As you can see, it is currently locked. So yeah, hopefully within the next few days it'll be back. I haven't got to use it much. I didn't even get to use it during the event. But yeah, this is what I was saying. The back bling that came with Tempest I think is a lot better because it has that cool animation right there and just overall cooler in my opinion. But yeah. I can't even read the description right here, but if you want to see what it looks like, I do have a picture of it right here, which that is it right there. It's a little bit longer, I believe, but it doesn't really have any animations. It does have some depth right there. You can see in it, there's like some gold right there, and then it has like some pink right there, so it kind of looks like it's has like some of the storm energy going through it. But yeah, sadly I cannot show it right now because it's disabled or whatever right now. But yeah, so that is that. And then the of course the back bling that came with Insight, of course, got the same style right there, which is the black style. And it's kind of weird because the male version, the male and female version, both come with the same back bling. I didn't notice it until I got the style, but it's actually the same exact back bling. So now with this color style, they're actually the same exact back bling. There's no differences. So if you have both of them and you put them both on this style, there's no differences. The only difference is the colors. So when you take that away, they're the same things. But yeah, I only have the female one because out of those ones, I do like the female version better. And then the last ones, these didn't originally come with the set. You could just buy the skins, of course, the Cuddlepool and Ravenpool, but then a few weeks later with an update, they actually gave back blings to owners of the skins or whatever. And then once they came back into the shop, then they included the skins. But of course, they're the same price and whatnot. They didn't sell them separately, just now they include skins if you buy them. So yeah, so it came with Ravenpool's cage. Of course, I now have all of the cages. They're the regular iron cage, the frozen iron cage, and the Ravenpool's cage there. So yeah, so again, probably my favorite one. Well, I don't know if it's my favorite one. I'd say the regular cage is my favorite one, just because it matches like a lot of skins and it looks really good on some skins just because it's like black and has that kind of violet there. Yeah, so that is that. And then also you got the Cuddle Pools bow, which I don't have the regular Cuddle bow, which is just a plain black one, but this one is just the same thing but with like metallic red. So yeah, so again, just like the other one, this one goes well on tons of skins, probably not as much as just a plain black one, but still on a lot of skins. So that is it for all of the back blings. I don't believe there's any more styles for everything. There was another style for the, not the 2020 kickflip, the other backboard back bling. There was this style, which is the first style that I don't have for it, the henchman back bling, or the henchman style right there. I didn't get it because it was a Twitch drop, and I did watch the streams and whatnot, but there's also a spray, but for whatever reason, I just never got it. I watched like over an hour, and you only had to watch like half an hour. But yeah, still not sure why I didn't get it, but I don't really mind. It was just for like the spray and this style, which the style is pretty darn cool. It's just I don't really use this back bling, and when I do, I pretty much only use the main style, or the style that I like the best, which is the Slurp one. So yeah, I don't know when I would ever use this. I think every other style of this back bling I think I've used for maybe one game. And even this one, my main style, I've only used for like a few games. So yeah, so that is it for back blings. So now on to the harvesting tools here, after I take that back off there. Yeah. So now on to the harvesting tools. So Hack and Smash, which is the Brutus harvesting tool I was talking about. You can pull it out of the back bling, kind of reactive in that sense. But yeah, it's just that it shows the shadow logos on there. I can't remember if it always did, but you can't change the style. But I just think it's weird, because he ended up being shadow since he was actually like factions, and you change that that NPC in the game or whatever to that style depending on how many players chose that style. And for Brutus, shadow won. But yeah, so there's actually shadow logos on each of them. But yeah, another dual harvesting tools. Again, I am, like a lot of people, I'm pretty sick of all the dual harvesting tools at this point. I just think there's way too many, especially in the battle pass. There's like only dual harvesting tools at this point. Yeah, there's only a few dual harvesting tools that I actually really like and am actually excited for. Yeah, this one, another just really basic one, reminds me a lot of the low and slow. They sound like this. So yeah, pretty basic. They actually do have two different sounds, like more smashy one for the hammer, more slice one for the saw or whatever that is. Yeah, so that's ready for the quick draw. So yeah, so that's that. Then you got the TNT down here, which is pretty darn cool. Yes, it is a solo harvesting tool, which is nice. It says Blast with Bite, and the default style right here, which is the default, which is pretty cool. It's got a little grenade on the bottom there, and just pretty simple, but just pretty sleek. Sounds like this. So yeah, pretty cool. But for this one, I actually don't like the default style the best. I actually like the shadow one just because it's cool, black and white. The grenade still has its base colors, but yeah, that's my favorite style for that. And the harvesting tools, unlike the back blings and the skins and whatever else, didn't get like the golden agent styles and whatever. And then the Banana Axe, which is very simple. It's just this, and then the Travis Scott harvesting tool. I didn't get it for this very reason, but the Travis Scott harvesting tool is literally just a reskin of this, which is kind of weird because they were literally in the same season. The only difference was it was like silver, and it had like the little sparks coming out the tops or whatever. Yeah, just really simple. I mean, it goes well with a decent amount of skin since it's just black and gold. But yeah, it's just called the Banana Axe. Split anything that gets in your way. Really has nothing to do with bananas, but it's part of the Banana Royale set. It goes with Agent Peely. Just yeah, very basic. I've barely used this. It's just really simple. Sounds like that, kind of weird, but yeah, not a huge fan of that harvesting tool just because of how basic and whatnot. I really don't like when in the battle pass of all things we just get really simple, basic stuff that could have just been in the item shop or whatever. Yeah, so that's that. And then the Solid Scratch, which these are dualies, but these dualies I actually do like quite a bit because they do have like these cool brass knuckles, and then the gold and black. But yeah, these actually go with Meow Souls. It says the world is at the world is your scratching post. And yeah, you can tell they do kind of have like the spikes kind of representing like cat claws and the scratch marks, but you can't really tell they're like cats, so they do go well with quite a bit of skins. And they're pretty small. When I have dualies, I do like them usually to be like longer, bigger, or whatever. But yeah, these ones are pretty darn cool. They sound like this. So pretty basic, but still, I do like those ones. And then the legendary, these actually changed names towards the beginning of the season. It was like the first time I've seen an item like change names, but it didn't make them make more sense. This is actually an epic harvesting tool. But they are up here. They were actually called the legendary. Originally they were called the legendary Sword of Legends. But again, it just said legendary sword, but it's actually 2 swords, so they actually got changed to epic swords of wonder. And there's actually another thing, but when I wrote down them on my list to make this video later on, they still had that name. So yeah, so now they're called the epic swords of wonder, so it makes more sense. And it says turns out they're real, but pretty darn cool. It's just like the 2 swords, and of course reacts with her back bling. They sound like this, so pretty darn weird, but cool. But yeah, some dualies, they're pretty... I'm not like a huge fan, but I do like them more than a lot of other dualies, but they are pretty darn cool. So yeah, so then you got the Specialist Pickaxe, which is somewhere right around here. Yeah, right here. So yeah, very basic again. The harvesting tools weren't that great this battle pass, I don't think. It is pretty darn cool. It's just like another axe. We have a lot of like tactical axe kind of backbling or harvesting tools, but yeah, it says gear specialist axe of choice. Sounds like this. So yeah, go very basic. Almost sounds like a regular harvesting tool. But yeah, it does look pretty darn cool. It's pretty basic to be in a battle pass. But also, of course, we did get the styles finally. So that's the basic one. Brown camo, Arctic camo again, which is the one I use, and then jungle camo, and urban camo. So yeah, so that's that. So yeah, so then you got the Golden King, which is Midas's pickaxe, which is pretty darn cool. It's pretty darn long right there in game. It's actually a lot bigger than you would think if you've used it. But yeah, it says crafted with Midas touch. Pretty simple, but I do really like it. Again, same with my harvesting tools. The only one that I don't really like because of how big it is this one. Because, I don't know, it just feels ridiculous. It feels like you're swinging around a crate on the end of a stick. But this one I still like because of how big it is. I just think it's funny just because, like, I feel like I could fit a skin inside of there. But yeah, we've talked about the Vanquisher enough during Season X. Yeah. But this one, it's just really long, and I don't know, it just feels nice when you're swinging it and whatnot. But yeah, it's got these gold spikes along here, this really nice, like, rich mahogany kind of looking staff there, and then gold chains, and it sparkles, and it sounds like this. So yeah, pretty nice sound, and it's got the chain sound as well there. So yeah, so then you got the Wild Accent, which came... That's not it. I'm not sure what the Wild Accent is, not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to search this one up. I'm not sure what this one is. Oh, never mind. I just got it right as I was about to search it up. Yeah, it actually came with a skin that I'm pretty sure came out last season. I'm not too sure, but it was originally for... Yeah, it says it came out this season. I'm pretty sure it was last season when it was first introduced, but whatever. But it was originally for, like, the PS4 Cup or whatever, and then it came out in the shop and whatnot, like a lot of those things, or like all those things do. And then people get mad because they're just like, this was exclusive to this event, but it's just like, no, those events you can just get it early and for free, but they're going to come out in the shop. So I don't really know why those people are mad, because they still got, if they earned it, they still got it early and for free, when people who didn't have to buy it in the shop. But out of that guy's set, it's kind of like the Nick Fury kind of looking skin, but I thought his harvesting tool was really cool, because yeah, it is just like another tactical axe kind of looking thing, but I think it's just really cool looking, and yeah, I just think it looks really cool. But yeah, it's more unique. It doesn't have like the just like gunmetal gray kind of handle. It's got like the pink and green kind of splatter there, and just like the bent shape there. It looks really cool, and then the thin top axe part. Yeah, it says sharp and stylish, part of the tactical fashion set. So I'm going to get a drink real quick, because as you can hear, my voice is starting to die. Alright, so got a drink. We're back now. So yeah, my voice was just, I'm gonna head out. Next up is the Pop Axe, which is right here. Came with the starter pack. Still am not a huge fan of this. It has not really grown on me. Didn't really like it in the first place. Still don't really like it now. Yeah, it says add a nice pop of color. I just think it's a really weird shape. Yeah, it's like a flat pickaxe on this side, and then on this side it's like flat, but the other way around. And yeah, just the colors are interesting and kind of unique, but I don't know. It's just, it sounds kind of nice, pretty basic, but it sounds kind of nice. But yeah, just not a huge fan of that. I used it for a few games when I first got it of Battle Royale and Save the World, but haven't really used it since then. But yeah, no, not yet. Next up is the Code Scythe, which is honestly probably one of my favorite, probably top 3 favorite harvesting tools that came out this season, even out of the Battle Pass and whatnot. But yeah, this came with one of the Hacker Dude skins, part of the Crypto Collective set. It says break the code with the sacks. But yeah, just really cool. You can see if you turn it perfectly straight, the coding or whatever kind of just goes invisible right there. But yeah, just really cool, just really simple, small. But I just really like the green and black kind of simple staff thing right there with like the little, I don't know, I can't remember what it's called, but that stuff. And then just a really cool like animation of the, I can't remember if it's binary or whatever it was. But yeah, it also has some words in there, but it sounds like this. So yeah, it has a really cool sound too. It has a little green contrail, and yeah, just really cool harvesting tool. It's rare. I think it honestly could have been epic. But yeah, really love that harvesting tool. Used it for quite a bit when I first got it. It actually did get disabled for a little bit because you could harvest from a ways away. I never got to use it when it was like that, but it got disabled for about a week and a half. I mean, it was disabled for a while, but I guess you could like harvest from like 3 times as far away. Like you couldn't even be hitting the tree or whatever. You could be like across the river and be harvesting. So yeah, it was like a harvesting tool. It was like a ranged harvesting tool. So yeah, that's kind of weird, but kind of cool. Yeah, so that's that. And then the Flying Slasher, of course you can buy the skin even nowadays whenever it comes out with like a little bundle, because it's a rare skin that doesn't come with a back bling, so instead it comes with a harvesting tool, an uncommon harvesting tool, which is right here. It's basically just a stick nailed to a couple planks of wood with like a bad paint job, and yeah, it just says believe with the little highlighted lie. But yeah, it says harvest the truth. Sounds like this. A lot like the beginner Save the World one, with just a couple planks of wood just nailed together. This is the base style, of course, but just like the skin, I like the new dark style better. Yeah, I don't know if I read the description. It says harvest the truth, part of the UFO set. So yeah, so that's that. And then I finally got the Spectral Scythe. I was using it as my main harvesting tool for my main loadout until I switched it out with the inverted blade, because I think it looks better with my loadouts. But this is still a very cool harvesting tool. I used it for a while when I got it, and yeah, it says Wield the Reaper, part of the Dark Vision set. So yeah, another scythe. It's pretty darn tall and big in game, but just really cool animations and colors, as you can see. Sounds like this. So yeah, so sounds pretty wicked there. And then the Gilded Scepter, this was the free harvesting tool through the Oro challenges. I can't remember what they're called, Oro's Awakening or whatever. But yeah, this is a harvesting tool right here. It says cursed but also shiny. So yeah, so pretty cool looking harvesting tool, honestly. Yeah, it's just like his little staff or whatever. And then you, of course, again, you got the Golden King, the No Glow, and then the Skeleton King, which this style looks pretty good with a lot of skins, honestly. And yeah, I actually have the full Oro set except for his glider, because it's a legendary glider. And now that again, since a while ago, since then, I really only play Battle Royale to like complete challenges and whatnot. I pretty much do not buy gliders anymore. I never really did buy many gliders. But now, the only time I buy gliders is if I truly like them and I truly want them. Yeah. So I believe this, yeah, I believe this season there was only one, yeah, there was only one glider that I actually bought. So yeah, the rest of them were unlocked in some way. But yeah, so that's the Golden Scepter. Sounds like this. So yeah, it's got some heavy chain sound effects and like, kind of sounds like this, but like heavier chain sounds, honestly. But then the mini mallets, I just bought like everything Deadpool, because I mean it's Deadpool. So I was saying if they made anything else for Deadpool, I'm buying like everything. Of course I didn't buy like all the X-Force stuff, but all like the Deadpool specific stuff I definitely bought. So yeah, so I just bought like the Deadpool gear bundle, which of course part of it was the meaty mallets, which I actually wasn't a huge fan of these at first, but I do like them more now because they have like the bigger tops and they just feel cool to swing in game. I don't really know if you know what I mean, but yeah, I do like them quite a bit. They have like this blown out hammer or mallet looking thing, and then this like meat tenderizer thing, I guess, with the Deadpool logo on both sides as well as the mallet. And yeah, they sound like this. And just like the hack and smash, they have like a heavier sound for this and like a more metallic pound sound for that, and it says give them a thwack. So yeah, so that's those. So next up is the Psy Blade, which is the only epic harvesting tool. It's not actually like epic, but it's the price of an epic harvesting tool nowadays. It was 1,200 V-Bucks. Because out of all the X-Force stuff, the only thing I bought was Cable, of course with his cloak, and then the Psy Blade, which is it's like the Star Wars, I can't remember what it's called, the one Star Wars harvesting tool where you hold it in a special unique way and swing it, and it kind of swings around and whatnot. This is the same thing. You hold it with one arm and you like swing it with one arm. I think I used it on a video, I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, I used it on the I use it as part of my one of my loadouts that I was actually using on the Travis Scott video. So yeah, so very cool. It just looks really cool. It looks a lot like a plasma blade or plasma sword or whatever they call it, energy sword, can't remember, from Halo. But yeah, just really cool, simple but cool, and also how it has the unique swinging thing. That's actually my first one because the only two that have it so far is that Star Wars one and this one, which yeah. I don't have the Star Wars one, so I have this one. So it says focus on the blade for the X-Force set. It sounds like this. So yeah, pretty cool sound there. Then you got the Agile Edge, which I'm not sure I know what that one is either. Can't really remember. Is it this one? Yeah, right here. So these are dualies. These were the, one of the only dualies that I actually liked enough to buy. Wasn't a huge fan of them at first. I thought they were just like really basic, kind of just dual blades, but I bought them. And yeah, but then I just thought of like the combos I could make with them and whatnot, and yeah, I ended up liking them quite a bit. They do have a pretty basic sound, but they do have a little chain jingle sound in there, and they do actually have like a slight blue contrail, like a deep blue contrail, which looks really cool. And with certain loadouts, combos and whatnot, these look very good. So yeah, they are pretty basic, but believe it or not, I actually do like these dualies. They're one of the few dualies that I actually really like, and you could think the gold would throw it off, which some combos it kind of does, but usually you can't really see them in game. But yeah, it says Force and Finesse, part of the Intercept Agent set. So yeah, I can't remember if I bought those the first time they were in the shop or the second time, can't really remember. But then the dual katanas, I didn't really want these, but they came with the bundle, and it was, because the second time Ninja came in the shop, he came with like a bundle, and it was, again, like cheaper just to get the full, like, bundle. So yeah, I already had the emote from the first time he was in the shop, so I just got the bundle with the skin and the harvesting tool. But yeah, it's basically like from his back bling. These don't actually like react with the back bling, so when you pull these out and you're wearing the back bling, they don't like pull out from the back bling. You can hold these while still having the katanas in the back bling. But yeah, it's just dual katanas. What kind of sucks is they're not actually like the length of katanas. They're more like they're not as long as you would think in game. They're pretty short. They're more like long daggers, I guess. But yeah, it says 2 blades are better than 1. And yeah, do of course like the colors. Just they're pretty simple, but they do look pretty good with some loadouts. And that's how those sound. So yeah, so then Volt Batons, easily one of my favorite dualies. You guys know, like, as far as dualies go, some that I like, probably my more favorite ones, I'd say, are definitely Probably the combo cleavers. Probably the combo cleavers, a solid scratch, the agile edge, maybe the Twilight Strikers, maybe the bank shots. Also the cosmic cleavers, but this one is probably one of my favorite, if not my most favorite. I'd say my favorite dualies are still the combo cleavers, but these probably are my second favorite. These got leaked a while ago. They finally came into the shop. They got leaked towards like the beginning of the season, I believe, but they finally came out like 2 weeks ago or so. But yeah, they're just Volt batons. They're bigger in game, which I actually like. They're actually like how long katanas like should be. But yeah, they're actually longer than I thought they would be, which I like. It just feels better when swinging them and whatnot. And yeah, they just got these really cool detailed handles there and the little lightning effects, and they're constantly like pulsing and shocking and whatnot. And yeah, just look really cool. They sound pretty cool. Yeah, they have that really weird shock sound. They have a little slight green contrail, and it says dangerously unstable yet pleasantly shiny. And yeah, I honestly think these could have been epic, but they're not, which I'm not complaining. Cheaper for better. Yeah. And the last one is a free one from the Storm the Agency challenges, which is the Steel Shadow, which is pretty basic. It's like a war battle axe type thing. It says strike from the shadow's edge. It sounds like this. So yeah, so pretty basic. It says part of the Lone Shadow set. The only bad thing, or the few bad things, is of course pretty basic sound, no contrail. Honestly, probably could have been uncommon. I do like how it looks, and it goes well with a lot of skins, and just like the skin and the Recon Expert, which of course this season finally did return. They all have like this upside down, I believe, general rank, just upside down. And yeah, but that goes well with a lot of combos. It's just pretty basic, but it does look pretty cool with the black and silver and whatnot. But that is all the harvesting tools. So now on to the gliders. So first gliders is a Big Haul, which is a lot like the Getaway glider, like this one, Safecracker, but it's the Big Haul, which is up here. So yeah, so it sounds like that. It says time to cash out. It is of course Brutus's glider. You can see there's just the llama bucks, I like to call them, just hanging out. I don't know why it shut off the music. I don't think there's really any special sound. It kind of like makes like clicky kind of noises when they're gliding, but I keep it on this. This is the shadow style, of course, with the shadow logos, and this is the basic style there. It's got the handcuffs as the handles there, and then you got the Bombs Away, the first ever glider that you actually like ride, which now a lot of people are saying they should redo some of the gliders and make them so you actually ride them. Like I've also been saying, like, you should actually like ride in this car, and like the dragons, you should actually like ride on the dragons, and whatever else. There's tons of gliders where you should like actually like ride on or in them, but you still just hang underneath of them. But yeah, this is the first glider to introduce this new thing where you actually kind of glide, and then you actually hop up and kind of ride it like a surfboard. So I'm guessing there's probably going to be a surfboard glider next season, just with the overall theme and whatnot. I'm sure there will be a surfboard glider, especially how you ride this. It looks like you're riding a surfboard. So yeah, so it says ride the Shockwave. I'd say this is a reference to Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Love the Bomb, or Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, or whatever. Because in that movie he rides a nuke as it's going down. He doesn't ride it like you do in Fortnite, but kind of straddles it like a horse or whatever. But yeah, really cool glider. This is definitely the most used glider of the season. I thought it was just going to be on the first few days because of its cool animation. But no, pretty much like everyone used this glider this season. And when you land, it actually makes kind of like a boom sound, like a nuke landing. But this is the basic style right here. I just like this one because it kind of reminds me of like black and white, like Dr. Strangelove or whatever. Yeah, so then you got Wild, yeah, it says ride the Shockwave. Then you got Wild Blast, which at first I wasn't too big of a fan of, but in game it's actually a lot more cool right here. So yes, that's how it sounds. It says Kaboom, TNTina's glider, of course. But yeah, it's just another reskin of like the Chapter 2 default glider, but in game that was actually like, it's like the Treefall glider or whatever. Yeah, that one. where those things, it has like the cool colors and those vent things. When you turn it, kind of has like turning signal type effects. But also when you're gliding, it has this cool yellow contrail. So very hard to find skins that this matches with because of its weird abstract kind of design. But it is a cool glider. And also with uncommon gliders, you don't usually get a lot of contrails and effects, so it's cool to see that. Yeah, so that is that. So then you got Skelefish, which is a pretty cool epic glider right here. You can see it makes cool bone sounds, and yeah, it's just a skeleton fish. It says the catch of the day, part of the Swole Cat set. So yeah, so it's a lot like the laser shark here. Yeah, so that is that. So then you got Ollie. So this is the glider that I was talking about. When you're using Sky, you actually take off your hat and it transforms into this. So yeah, so very cute, but pretty annoying. Like when a lot of people are using this glider and you just hear that over and over again. It's pretty funny, but kind of annoying. But yeah, so it's Ollie, a faithful floaty friend. So yeah, so I thought it was gonna be bigger. It's actually very small in game. It's just like a little fluff ball. But yeah, and its little just derpy, expressionless face. But also looks weird when you're using it with giant skins. You just got a giant character floating from this little tiny animal thingy. Yeah, and then you got Llamacorn, which is the one and only glider that I bought this season, just because, I mean, it's literally like the Llamacorn. There's a lot going on with it. I can't remember how much it was. It's just part of the Deadpool gear bundle, but it's like this. So yeah, it makes some pretty weird sounds, just like the Ollie glider, but I just love all the sparkle effects and its glowing unicorn horn and its little Deadpool mask. And this one, like the Bombs Away glider, you actually ride by standing up on the saddle, which is kind of weird because this one, instead of doing that, they could have made it so you actually ride it like a saddle. But the cool thing also is this little red strap you can see right there. It's actually just a black circle, but then this red strap goes down the center and splits it, so it actually is like the Deadpool logo. And they did have to change this, and you got like a free refund, but I didn't refund it because it's barely noticeable. But it was a thing where if you kept on redeploying it and putting away and doing it over and over again, it was very, very hard to get shot out of the sky, I guess. So they made it so it's just not as extravagant or whatever. I haven't noticed much difference, honestly, but I guess that's different now. So yeah, it says bask in its mutant rainbow glory, and yeah. Then you got Banana Bomber, which is probably my least favorite glider from this season. Again, sounds like that. And yeah, just another reskin of a Chapter 2 default glider, but it's just really simple, just black with the yellow with the banana thing. More banana themed stuff. And yeah. And also in game it has this weird sound when you're gliding. It's like, and it's just not the most pleasant sounding glider. And it says, I expect you to fly, Agent Pewley. So yeah, so that's that. I'm not a huge fan of that one. And then the Victory Umbrella, which once again I did end up getting on the first day of the season. Surprisingly, since I also worked that day and whatnot. Yeah, so did get that. Yeah. At first I didn't really like this because towards the beginning of the season when you first got it, this black looked like a very dark brown, and so it just threw off all the combos. But I don't know if they changed it or not, but now it looks black. So now I'm actually a pretty big fan of this glider. It doesn't have a contrail or anything, but as you can see, it does sparkle, and it says, it's called Classified. It says, tell no one you found this, and it does actually have two deploy sounds, as you heard that first one, but it also goes as that one, that one, and I believe it actually has like 3 deploy sounds, so that's pretty cool. And also right there you can see it actually has the Ghost logo up in there, and then it has this cool handle. It looks like a little deploying thing, and then this nice wood handle and whatnot, and then the design and stuff. And it also has like this kind of cool like shredded effect instead of just, or kind of blade. It looks like blades or whatever instead of just like the plain circle that we're used to. But yeah, and also on the top you can see it also has a Ghost logo, but yeah, it kind of reminds me, like, with that thing, it looks like a trigger grip type thing, so it looks like the shooting umbrella from Kingsman or something. Yeah, honestly surprised they didn't do a Kingsman collab this season, but the new Kingsman was supposed to come out soon, but I believe it got delayed because of Corona or whatever. But if it didn't, I'm pretty sure there would have been a Kingsman collab, but there was that one weapon/utility item this season called the Kingsman, so yeah. yeah, so next up is the, or did I call that? I actually went over another glider when I wasn't supposed to. I believe I called this the Llamacorn. This is the Dragacorn. The Dragacorn glider. The other one I read was the Llamacorn Express. So that's the Dragacorn. This is the Llamacorn Express. Somewhere around here. Right here. So yeah. Sounds like that. Again, another reskin of a Chapter 2 default glider, but this one's also pretty cool because it has this really cool rainbow contrail, and again, those light up vent things, and yeah, it's a lot like that Season 2 glider or whatever, but yeah, I do actually like this one quite a bit too, just because of the rainbow contrails and whatnot. It's just a legendary flight of the Llamacorn. Yeah. And then you got the Astroworld Cyclone, which is one of the many things you could unlock from the Travis Scott challenges, which is right here. So yeah, so it has a pretty cool deploy thing, and as you can see, it's got this. It's like it's on the tracks of a roller coaster. This is what I was talking about, going around Astro Jack's head on the sicko mode style. These little things were going around his head, but it's actually a glider too. So yeah, it's just like on fire on the back and just falling apart, and yeah, it's just like a little roller coaster cart with like teeth and whatnot, but pretty darn cool for a free glider. And yeah, and you can see like the tracks and whatnot, but yeah, it says enjoy the ride, and that is that glider, so pretty darn cool there. And once again, you also ride this by standing on the top. So yeah, so we got 3 of those gliders this season, so probably expect a few more next season, hopefully with some new animations, besides just getting tons of gliders where you ride like a surfboard. But I won't mind a surfboard glider that you ride like a surfboard, because that makes sense. So yeah, so then already the last glider, of course, since I don't get much gliders, is another free one from the Storm the Agency challenges, which is the Shadow Stalker. So yeah, so pretty loud in-game. You can't hear it right now, but in my event video you could hear it going like... but yeah, it's also weird because it glitches out every once in a while. Like if you are in a respawn game mode, sometimes the flames won't show. I don't know if they're going to fix that or not, but yeah. And it's got the little shadow logo. It's weird because most of this guy's set, except for the skin, his wrap and harvesting tool and glider doesn't have a ghost shadow or ghost style. But yeah, it's pretty darn cool. With the flames coming out in game, it's got this like cartoony looking smoke that comes out. And yeah, it's got the upside down like general thing, rank logo or icon going down, and then a kind of painted on looking shadow logo right there. And then it's got these like missiles and whatnot on it. But yeah, pretty darn cool glider. It's also got the icon right there. But yeah, pretty darn cool glider. I think if it had more of a contrailer or more of a special deploy sound or something, it could have even been epic, but yeah, it says nothing's out of reach. And yeah, that is it for all the gliders. So yeah, so now on to the contrails, which I think my music just died off or something. That's why my music hasn't been on. I thought it was just because we were in the gliders. There we go. But yeah, so now onto the contrails. So the getaway case, which not to be confused with the cash flow. Now there's this one, which is another one like this, which I don't usually like these contrails where it's just like nothing except for just like one thing on one of their limbs, which is the same thing with this. It's just like you're handcuffed to a case. But of course, a lot of this the stuff that's like in Brutus' set goes well with the Getaway Gang set, of course, since it's all like themed around like money and heists and briefcases and handcuffs and whatnot. Yeah, so that is that contrail, and then you got the boom drop somewhere around here. Yeah, right here. So yeah, so it's got hearts, and then every once in a while a little boom will come up with like the comic book boom. Just says boom. So yeah, pretty cool contrail, pretty unique right there. And the description says cash out. This one says you'll love it, it's a blast. And then we got alphabet soup right here. It says Fortnite, which in the thing, if you actually look, every once in a while will spew up some letters in a row. I don't know if you can really see it. You can really see it in game right there. You can see it just spewed up Fortnite. But yeah, in game you can really see it, but on this side it'll like spew up like like a whole bunch of M's right there, and then on this side it'll say Fortnite right there. So yeah, so it actually says the description in the contrail. But yeah, it's just alphabet soup. Yeah, pretty cool. And then you got Bon Bon, which is like a Valentine's kind of thing, contrail, and it's just like some streamers, and then yeah, just some box of chocolates, and some of them pop open and some chocolates fly out. So yeah, so that's that. Yeah. So then you got Flaky, which, not to be confused, or I thought this was the Season 7 wrap. So yeah, there's the ice, or not the ice crystals. There's the ice crystals, but then there's a snowflake one, if I remember correctly. Yeah, snowflakes. So there's those two, but then now there's also Flaky, which, yeah, very similar. But this one is kind of weird because it actually fills your whole screen with snowflakes. So like when you're skydiving, it just looks like you're skydiving through a snowstorm or something. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. It covers your whole screen, but it's just we have like a lot of contrails that are like the same thing almost. And then last but not, those are all the Battle Pass ones. But then Synth Streak was one of the first contrails in the shop in a long time. My friend, I thought it was a pretty cool contrail, but I just wasn't going to get it. But my friend, since I don't really buy contrails or gliders, but my friend Turtle just randomly gifted it to me. I got home from work and he said he gifted me something using my code. So that's double awesome. Not only just randomly gifting me something, but also using my code to gift me something. So shout out to Turtle again. Yeah, it is right here. Synthesizer Dive. And yeah, pretty cool contrail. Not gonna lie, I don't think I've used it, because I think I was just using the one I haven't really played, and then there's the event, and that's like the first time I've played since then, and for the event I was using this contrail. So yeah, still have to use this contrail actually, I believe. I don't think I've used it in there, but yeah, it's a Synthesizer Dive Parallel Future set, which that whole set came out, but not the contrail, so everybody was kind of wondering where it was. But then all of a sudden, once Recon Expert arrived randomly at 2 a.m. in the morning for me, the contrail was there as well as the rest of the set. So yeah. Yeah, so then next up is wraps, and this is a big one because I'm not gonna lie, I think as far as shop wraps go, this is the best season we have ever had for shop wraps. They were just consistently good, they were just always so good of wraps. And they also introduced new wraps where like every time you shoot they do something, and yeah, just so good for the wraps. But first we got the Battle Pass one. So first off is Hench, right here, or yeah, the helicopter. Will show it on the AR like we always do. So yeah, so we got Hench right here, which is pretty darn cool. Pretty similar to another wrap which I don't actually have, but yeah, it is kind of weird because there's another wrap, I can't remember what it's called, but it is very similar. The other one is pretty much the same thing, it's just it goes like this way instead of that way. But yeah, that's part of the Brute Force set. But since I don't have the other wrap, I guess this one's pretty cool. I just haven't used it too much. But then you got the Blasted wrap, which is right here. Which is, I mean, it's pretty cool in game. It's just the only bad thing is it's very similar to the Ultra Red. Like, as you can see here, all the black highlights are black on both of them. Same with the Gunmetal Gray. Yeah, they're very, very similar. But the cool thing about this is, as you can see, it's not animated, but it does actually have that kind of effect, which in-game it's pretty cool. Overall, I do like it better than the Ultra Red. It's just they're very similar. Yeah, I will say the Battle Pass wraps were not that great, but the shop wraps were something else this season. I got a lot of them, and usually I buy a lot of the wraps, but I don't usually buy this much in one season. But then the next one is Calico, which of course goes with Meow Souls. So yeah, it's kind of got his look, and it's got these cool, like, kind of golden cat prints that go along it. So pretty darn cool. It's just the colors and stuff doesn't go well with a lot of skins, but pretty cool wrap. I do like the animation with it. And then you got Spy vs. Banana, probably my least favorite wrap from this Battle Pass, just because it's literally, it's another banana theme thing, and it's literally just a yellow and black wrap. Like, if that wasn't called Spy vs. Banana, I thought it would just be called, like, I don't know. No, not too sure, but it's just, it's so basic. It's literally just yellow and black. Like, It's so simple. Not a fan of that wrap at all. But then you got the Denim Destiny, which I do like the kind of creativeness of this wrap. I only use it with like one loadout really, and yeah, just not a huge fan of this wrap, only for very certain things. Just because the colors and whatnot, I just like what it's based off of and whatnot. But yeah, you can see it's kind of got the denim look on the blue, and then the patches, of course, it goes with the Quest Friend set. And then yeah, you got Midas Memory, which is of course one of the most useless wraps in the game, because it's Midas' wrap, even though you can't really even use wraps with him since he just turns everything gold anyway. Yeah, that is wherever it is. Yeah, right here. So yeah, so it's like brown with the gold, which I mean, it's a pretty cool looking wrap with all the designs in there and stuff, but it's just you can't actually use it with Midas, and it's part of the same set, the Golden Go set. Yeah, then you got Carnival. Now getting onto like the shop wraps, part of like the Carnival or whatever, however you pronounce it, event in Brazil or whatever. During then we got like a music pack and a couple wraps. I got one of the wraps in the music pack, but this was the first wrap, I believe, that reactive with shooting, or with firing, whatever, which is right here. So pretty crazy looking wrap, as you can see right here. And as you can see, it's just got the colors, and sadly I can't show it in the locker, but in the shop you can actually click trigger weapon and we'll show. But yeah, so show your style, part of the Carnival 2020 set. But basically every time you shoot it, all the flowers and whatnot change colors, and yeah, just a really crazy wrap. And yeah, I really like that one. The other one's pretty similar to this one, but I just like this one better over it. Yeah. So then you got Neonimal, which is the wrap that I was talking about from the Neon Jungle set, which is an absolutely amazing wrap. It is literally like just the synthwave thing. As you can see, it's animated. It's got the sun right there, and just that, and just such a cool wrap. I was so hyped for this wrap when I first saw it leaked. And the other cool thing is you can see it's also reactive. So basically, when it turns night, the sun actually turns to like a purplish bluish gradient, and it actually turns into like a nighttime. So this one's like how it looks during day, but once it turns night, it kind of fades off slowly to the nighttime version. So yeah, just really cool, and it glows, of course, during like in dark places and everything. But yeah, that's that. And then Code Green, it was wrapped in, or it was leaked in the same leak, I believe. So yeah, and this is my like second most hyped up one. I was also very hyped for this wrap. But yeah, animated, not reactive or anything, but it's just, I mean, it's like the harvesting tool. It's got like the binary kind of code animation, and yeah, just a black and green. Looks very cool. So yeah, that's that wrap. And then you got the Shattered Ice, which was a cool one. I'm kind of regretting that I bought it now. I just didn't return it because I didn't really feel a need to. But it's just, I mean, it is, of course, very visibly similar to the Indigo Ice. The only thing that's different is, of course, it's like that. But it's just really cool because every time it's another wrap where every time you shoot it, the ice looks like it's getting cracked more and more, and it kind of like starts lighting up a lighter and lighter blue. It's just, I mean, in game, it's just very similar to the Indigo Ice, and it's just, I think I could live with just having Indigo Ice. Yeah, very cool animation. It's just, other than that, pretty similar. But yeah, still a cool wrap. And then Constellation didn't come out this season, but I'm happy I finally got it. Easily one of my favorite wraps in the game, but yeah, it didn't come out this season, did come out last season. But yeah, you guys know this wrap, very popular wrap. But yeah, it's just Constellations, and it's got that cool animation where you can like move it and it doesn't move or anything. Yeah, so that's that. So then you got the Dynamic Fire, which is right here. So yeah, so it's basically just like an RGB wrap. You can kind of see it looks like smoke or something, but yeah, it's basically just RGB like that, but with like stripes, and just looks really cool. Just, I mean, if you want a basic RGB wrap, there you go. But then also every time you shoot, it like quickly changes the color, so it's not anything too much. I think it could have lived without being reactive, but it's still cool to have. But every time you shoot it, just rapidly changes, so it's like if you don't want the slow RGB, you can just shoot and make it go faster. Yeah, so that's that. Then you got the Squared Stream, which is right here. which is just black and red, which I just like how the squares go like, or they're like slow and then they like get skinnier and then they like kind of zoom off and fade off, which is kind of similar to the wrap right next to it right here, like that, they squared. But yeah, both very, very cool wraps, and I absolutely love both these wraps. But yeah, that's the squared wrap. Yeah. So next is the paint splash, which was another one of those like things that you could earn from some sort of competition or whatever that eventually came into the shop. It took a while to finally come into the shop. Usually they came into the shop like a few weeks after, like a week or two after the competition happened. But yeah, this one took about like a month and a half to finally come out. But I was pretty hyped for this wrap. But it did come out last season, but it didn't come into the shop until this season. So technically it was a shop wrap this season. But yeah. It's animated, part of the Aerosol Assassin set, and yeah, it's just really cool colors in the animated, the paint dripping over, just really cool. Yeah, that's the only thing I got from that, or her set. I have, of course, lots from the Aerosol Assassin set, just from the skin. I can't remember her name, but her specific portion of the set, I guess. But then you got Manic Mosaic right here, really trippy looking wrap. You can see the animation there. Or that's a splatter spectrum. That's not the right wrap. Where's Manic Mosaic? Did I write down the... Oh no, this is Manic Mosaic. So yes, this is part of the Garage Band set. So yes, they did actually add to it. And you guys know dualies that I want and also Pizzo wants and whatnot. Is just a pair of drumsticks, which they could easily just add to the Garage Band set. They added this wrap to the Garage Band set this season. So why not add those? So still hoping for those. That is one pair of dualies that I actually do want. Yeah. This is part of the Garage Band set. Mainly goes with Synthstar, whatever her name is. I just know her from Save the World as one of the best soldiers in the game. He's Breakbeat Wildcat. Yeah, she's got this cool animation. A lot of detail in there and just pretty cool wrap. But yeah, that is that. Wrap. So next up is Merc, which is the Deadpool wrap that you could unlock from his many challenges. And yeah, it's just this metallic red, kind of like scraped up here, and then it's got his eyes there. And yeah, again, another very similar wrap to the Ultra Red, Blasted, and whatnot. But yeah, out of all of them, I'd probably have to say the Merc one is my favorite one, then Blasted, then Ultra Red. But yeah, I just like how it's like metallic red and whatnot. Pretty cool wrap. And of course part of the Deadpool set and stuff. But yeah, that is his wrap. So then you got Greed, which was also leaked a long time ago with Oro, but it's the wrap that you unlock from his challenges right here. Pretty basic, just like an all gold wrap, and then it's got kind of like whatever that is right there. Yeah, pretty basic, but kind of cool. Yeah. So now is the splatter spectrum. So yeah, very trippy animation. There, as you can see, it kind of looks like paint or whatever. But yeah, that's the one I use with like my trippy loadout, which I'll show in a second. But yeah, very, very cool wrap there. Really love the animation in there. Yeah, so next up is Signal Overdrive right here, which not only has a cool animation, but every time you shoot, it has like the whole thing has like glitch out effects, and it just looks like a breaking, kind of glitching out screen or whatever. So yeah, not only really cool animation, but very cool reactive animation as well. So next up is Frosty Glow, which is right here. It's animated, but I just like how it's like plain, just like kind of cyan, but also just like the black highlights, the subtle black highlights there, just looks really nice. Because usually I don't like the wraps that are like just one color and you can't really see any like the actual guns details or whatever. Yeah, this one, since it has like those highlights, looks really good, and it's got like the kind of twinkling kind of stars, and yeah, I just really like this wrap. Very simple, but yeah, very, very cool too. So yeah, so then you got Triangles. There was this little, I can't remember what it's called, I believe it's called House Party or something. This little app, and if you went on there, or the community had to like go on there and do little Fortnite quizzes, and once you reach like 20 million overall points or something like that, you got the wrap. And turns out I actually participated in it, but turns out you didn't even have to do it. My little brother wasn't even on throughout that whole portion, and he still got it. But yeah, so I guess everybody got this wrap as long as you had a it just said as long as you had a Fortnite account throughout that time. But yeah, and you got this wrap, which is a pretty cool wrap, especially for free. You can see you got these little like ember type things in the background, and then you got these like cool triangle effects. So really cool animation. And also every time you shoot, it kind of like pulses orange. So yeah, it kind of like gets brighter every time you shoot. So that's pretty darn cool. And then Octo, probably gonna become one of the more rare wraps, because it's like the red line where this was a YouTube drop, this is a Twitch drop, but you can only get it from, luckily the Twitch drops, there's 2 this season, and the FNCS ones didn't really work, but I can't remember what these ones were exactly from, but if you watched a certain amount, you got them, and I was kind of worried at first, because I actually watched like 2 hours. You're only supposed to watch like half an hour and you would get them. But I had to watch, like, I had to just have my phone sitting by me watching, like, 2 hours until I finally got it. Which is good, because I really wanted this wrap. It was leaked for a long time, but, yeah, it came with a wrap and a spray. But now I use these 2 wraps on my Flex loadout, because they'll probably become pretty rare. But not only that, I actually do really like both these wraps. But, yeah, this one's really cool. I didn't even know it was animated until I got it, actually. Which made it that much more cool. You can see the pink circles and then the white circles up there. And then just the eye right there, but yeah, it's called Octo. And yeah, really love the colors. Again, more pink and blue, which we have a lot of, but I really like the pink and blue stuff usually. So yeah, and then you got Banner, which right here, it's actually a very cool wrap and so much customizability. I actually posted a picture on my Twitter of a whole bunch of combos that you can do with it. But yeah, it has whatever color you choose for it. It's like metallic, as you can see, and then it just shows like a pattern of whatever banner you have equipped. So yeah, so it is of course part of the Banner Brigade set. But the cool thing about that is, of course, you can like change your banner to whatever, like that, for example, and then it will be on there. So yeah, so just very cool there. Yeah. So that is that wrap. I don't know if I have the picture saved on here or anything. If not, I did post it on my Twitter, so you can go and see it there. But I just did like a whole bunch of different things, but some banner icons work really well on it, better than others, because some of them are like continuous. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have the picture saved on here, but just definitely check it out. If you don't have that wrap, I definitely recommend getting it the next time it comes out. It's not animated or anything, but definitely worth rare. You can pretty much make your own wraps out of it. So, yeah, I also post on my Save the World Instagram, which is linked in the description of every video now. So, yeah. So next up is Shadow Seal, which was, I believe, the last free thing, or one of the last free things from the, the last free thing from the Storm the Agency challenges, which is down here. So yeah, so very basic wrap, not a huge fan of it, because it also is a lot like the other wraps, like Stealth Black and Boogeyman and Assassin. Just a lot of like those types of wraps, but yeah, it's Shadow. Again, there's no wraps with selectable styles yet, but they could have had it like a ghost one, I guess, or maybe like 2 wraps, 1 ghost, 1 shadow. I don't really know. The skin and the back bling have the shadow and ghost styles, but nothing else in the set. Yeah, I mean, pretty cool looking set, or wrap. You can see it has some slight, like, scratch effects going on there. And then the shadow logo there, but pretty cool wrap. I just think it looks a lot like the other ones. And then the last one is the Glitter Blaster right here. So yeah, so another part of, it doesn't say it's part of the set, but you can tell it's obviously goes with, like, Bright Bomber and whatnot, but you can see it's just nice and rainbowy and whatnot, and has that little, animated effect, as you can see right there. But then it's really cool whenever you it's another one of the wraps that reacts to firing and whatnot, and whenever you shoot it, the rainbow gets like this weird like trippy fade effect. It kind of like fades back and forth, and then like rainbow RGB stars rain down, and like the more you continuously fire, the stars kind of just change natural like RGB colors. And yeah, just a lot going on with this wrap. And that's it. So yeah, so overall, this season just had, like, I was posting pictures in the Discord and whatnot, just saying, like, yet another amazing item shop wrap this season, and yeah, just had so many good item shop wraps this season. But finally, that is it for all the wraps here. So yeah. Where's my wrap that I use here? I cannot find it. There it is. Yeah, so now on to emotes, which there's not actually too much, really. Yeah, so first we got Call Me right here. So yeah, it's pretty basic. It's from the Battle Pass. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Description says seriously though, just send a text. And then you got let me save that real quick. So yeah, so then you got Side Hustle right here. It says the whole world's on your side. So yeah, so it's got a pretty nice little beat going on there. And then you got Pandemonium, which is a pretty simple but nice traversal emo. I like it quite a bit. It says keep it saucy. But yeah, you just kind of trot around since it's traversal and you just whack a pot with a spoon. So yeah, it just sounds just ching 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 dong ching ching dong. So yeah, I use that in my meme loadouts. There's no music, it's just that. So yeah, so then I got Paws and Claws, which this one got its own music track, of course. It says meow, it's time to dance. So yeah, pretty weird song there, but that was probably the most loved emo out of this season's Battle Pass. And you got Beep Beep, not Bep, Beep, which is just like the honk in the truck horn thing. Description says coming through, and yeah, it's just like a truck honk or whatever. And then you got Coin Flip right here. It says best 2 out of 3. So you like spin it, flip it, and then put it on your wrist, and then it like projects. And that was actually Midas' face, but it actually has 2 things. Every once in a while, it can be, that was like heads, but tails is that where it's actually like, it looks like a hand like poking a coin or something. I'm not too sure what it is. That's what it looks like, but yeah, it's cool how you can actually like play heads or tails with it. And then you got the last emote, Springy, which is a pretty crazy emote right here. It says always bounce back. Yes, that is Springy right there. So decent Battle Pass emote's not the best, but decent. And then I finally got this emote. I've been wanting it for a while. Finally got it. It says Bounce with Joy, and it is traversal. I just think it's really derpy, and the 8-bit music with it is pretty great. So we got Steamed. So yeah, so it's just really funny looking with like Doggo, his face. He looks very angry, and yeah, it looks very funny with certain skins, and you literally just stand there leaning forward. It's endless, and just has some white noise. You can fall asleep to that emote if you fall asleep to white noise, you know. Then you got Sasquatchin, which I believe was leaked last emote or last season. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's traversal. You just slowly walk around, and there's just that sound. Every once in a while, you look back. And you make little grunting noises. It's supposed to go with like the Sasquatch skin, of course. But yeah, there's that. And then the Deadpool emotes, of course, Scootin', probably one of the best emotes in the game at this point. Especially traversal emotes. You literally ride like the little Vespa or whatever, a little scooter that he rides in Deadpool 2, but it's just mini. It says dangerously dainty. And yeah, it's got a nice little beat with it, and you honk, and every once in a while you look back, and it's got the exhaust, and yeah, it's pretty fast, honestly. And you got the little Deadpool right there, a Boogie Bomb, some chimichangas, a drop, fly drop, some other things, a little peely banana thing, the little rat skin right there, a llama icon there. And you guys know I love all the like the Fortnite specific themed stuff with like the llamas and whatnot. So yeah, so that is that emote. And then his other one is this one, Chimichanga. It says too hot, too hot. So you literally just have a floating microwave, and you put in a chimichanga like on the menu for the Deadpool 1 DVD or whatever, and it starts shocking it and starts fogging up, and then it bursts into flames, and then some smoke will start flying up. and then eventually it beeps, and then you like check it, and then you just put it back in. Yeah, or just keep it going, because apparently that's not done. And I thought eventually it ended or something, but no, it just keeps on going. It keeps on beeping, and then he keeps on checking it, and then just keeps it going. So, yeah. So yeah, so that is that. And they got bold stance right here. Stand your ground and break it down. So yeah, I just like the music. At first I thought it was a reference to this one dance. I can't remember what it's called. But it's actually not a reference to that, but I still like it. Yeah, and then you got the kite emote, which I didn't want at first, but then I saw some people running around with it and save the world in a little kite line, and I decided to get it. So yeah, it's traversal, it says let's fly, and you just run around with a little kite. A lot of people wish you could put your banner on it or whatever. Yeah, sadly in game you really can't see it because it's so high up, unless if you look at a certain angle. But yeah, no music, you just kind of run around with high knees for whatever reason, and yeah, just run around with that. And then next up is Dynamic Shuffle, one of the Icon series emotes right here. It says I know the moves. I just like the music to it and like how kind of just derpy it looks. But I can't remember who it's from. It's from some like foreign streamer. But yeah. And then you got the two Travis Scott emotes, of course, Headbanger, which sadly doesn't play sicko mode, but it has the like intro kind of beat to sicko mode, and you just bang your head like he did at like towards the end of the sicko mode music video. So let me see if I can get that to repeat there. Description says open it up. And then the other one, that was the one you bought from the shop for like 300 V-Bucks or something like that, but then the one from the shop is Rage. It says it's lit. And yeah, you just hold up a flaming microphone from that one meme where he just like picks it up and looks like he's throwing a temper tantrum or something. But yeah, pretty good beat there. But yeah, pretty cool. And then last but not least, can't play this one for too long so I don't get this video taken down even though it's not monetized or anything, but yeah, another emote just like the Rickroll emote, where it actually has like the song itself, but this is the Tuesday slide from Drake, of course, so an Icon series emote. Yeah, it says let it slide. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can play of that, so yeah, but basically, I mean, it actually plays most of the song. It's kind of like remix, but yeah. But I was surprised how much of the song it actually does play, but it's pretty darn cool. I'm not a huge fan of Drake either. I just like how they're contributing, or not contributing, just kind of collaborating, and I usually like getting those emotes and whatnot. So yeah, so that is it for all the emotes. So now we can start going faster as always. So now on to music. So first off, we if again, as always, I don't really have time to just sit here and have this play, so if you haven't heard this for some reason, then you can just listen to it on YouTube. You can just search up these music packs and you can listen to it. There's usually 10-hour versions of them or whatever. So you got Spies first off right here. It says press play and infiltrate the dance floor. And then you got Bunny Bounce, which I believe is one of the music tracks I said that I really wanted for an emote in one of my last videos right here. Just press play and hop into action, as well as the next one, which is Limitless, which I believe last season I got this emote, and I said not many people have this emote or like the music, it seems like, but I really want a music track for it. And then the last music track from this battle pass was it, so yeah, press play and push it past the limit. So yeah, we got that. And then the other ones is from the item shop. I believe there's one, there might have been two, I'm pretty sure just one, but from the Carnival stuff there was Sunny Samba. And it's just very bright and cheerful and whatnot. And at some point, it kind of has this guy, and he says, like, Fortnite. I'm pretty sure he says Fortnite. I might be wrong, but it really sounds like it. But yeah, it says press play and hit the streets. And then freestyling music. This one he actually got from the Deadpool challenges. It says press play and set yourself free. Yeah, I think it was included with that because not only does it play on, like, in the dance room on the yacht, since it got taken over by Deadpool, but also on Twitter when they first like said this, like when we got to vote from like 3 different songs, and it said whichever wins will get its own music track, and then Deadpool said like will it be free or whatever, the Deadpool official Twitter, Instagram, or Twitter page. and then Fortnite replied with the eyes emoji. So I think that's why they got. I think that's why it was from the Deadpool challenges. So yeah, so that's it for the music. So now onto the loading screens. So move my paper over here. So yeah, so we got Hench Life here, which is just like a kind of a collage of cool little things from Brutus and whatnot. It says these are also created by like artists, and says created by Delicious Design League. So yeah, so that's that one. And then you got the Clash right here. Really cool, just like the Ghost and Shadow logos kind of going, and says where do your allegiances lie. And then Mountain Raid right here. So yeah, so it says the base is ours, kind of teasing the end event or whatever, or the end of the season event, not the end event. Yeah, so then you got TNT right there, kind of cartoony, says created by Mighty Canvas. But yeah, her blowing up something, or the yacht, even though that never happened, but she did blow up her own place. She blew up the rig. So yeah, so then we got Eye of the Storm, again referencing the Eye of the Storm. But this one's a really cool loading screen. I just got the llama and all the storm stuff going on. It says created by Arnokiss. And yeah, and then you got Roy G. Meow Souls, so I guess that's his full name. But again, another really cool loading screen. It's just got the rainbow and yeah, with the ghost style right there, and it says 2 guns, 9 lives, endless swallowtude. So yeah, there's that one. Yeah, and then the next one's actually right next to it. Our Man Peely, created by Delicious Design League, again like the Brutus one. And I thought this weapon was gonna be in the game for like a limited thing this season, but yeah, it's actually like a blender banana smoothie blaster type thing. Looks pretty cool, and there's also a banana phone. Yeah, so that's that. And then you got Meow Souls. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Pretty cool loading screen there. And you can see right there that actually teased the can't remember what that skin's name was. The skin was very similar to I wasn't a huge fan of it because it was a very similar skin to Lynx. It kind of looked like her first couple stages or whatever. But yeah, that was teasing her right there. I thought it was just gonna be like a female Meow Souls or something, but I guess not. But yeah, it says why stop at 1. Yeah, it's got like the 3 styles: the base, the default one, the shadow one, the ghost one right there. So yeah, and then you got Lost Levels right here, which is a pretty cool one right here. It's like regular, and then you got like the 8-bit or whatever behind it with like a lot of the meme skins and everything, with hers floating or flying around on Ollie there, and it says best friends and wild adventures. And then you got the Harvest, which of course was teasing the skin that would come out later along the road. I can't remember his name, but yeah, this skin. But yeah, it says reap what you sow with, and everybody thought that Fatal Field or whatever it's called, whatever the new one's called, I can't remember, was gonna burn down. But yeah, and he's got like a basket of boogie bombs. But yeah. So that's that, and then Dangerous Waters right here, which is a pretty darn cool one. It's like a sunset. You got a little diver right here, and then someone standing in the window right there. Yeah, that was like the shark back before it was like a whole prison, back when it was just like a secret base. It says the shark swims at midnight. And then you got Golden Empire right here. This one's also really cool. The loading screens are pretty cool this season. It says created by Ink and Clog, and yeah, it's just like a really cool like cartoony kind of thing of Midas kind of just spraying his ARs there, and it's kind of weird because it's got like the base stage Midas right there, but then the full gold or something. But yeah, still cool. And then boss fight right here. It's got this kind of weird style, but pretty cool. It says created by Mighty Canvas, and you just got Midas, Brutus, and Sky there. And then Cuddle Time Coop. This was the loading screen you could unlock from the Deadpool challenges. Yeah, a lot going on here, a lot of references. There's like a fish stick Happy Meal with like a fish stick Happy Meal toy, A little bottle of Slurp juice, a scar, a little. Everybody was saying that the knockoff version of Ninja or Deadpool or whatever was hybrid. So he's got like a picture of hybrid right there with XOXO. And then yeah, just a lot of cuddle team leader stuff going on there. And it says cat yoga or cat yoga. And then yeah, just some Deadpool themed socks and underwear, and his sleeping with C4 and whatnot. It says there's a new leader in town. So yeah, so a lot going on there. That's I keep my loading screens on random, of course, but I use that for my Deadpool loadout. But yeah. So next up is the two Travis Scott loading screens. Yeah, so you got Astro Thunder created by Arnokis. But yeah, a lot going on there. You got both of the Astro Jack styles there, and yeah, really cool. And then you got the other one, which also starts with Astro right there. So yeah, so very trippy right there. You got the Astro Jack like floating towards each other. You can kind of see the Astroworld cyclones right there and there. And yeah, the eye in the center, and just a lot going on there, but pretty darn cool. It says created by Delicious Design League again. And then you also got one more, which is the Cosmic Revolution, which I believe was from his challenges or something. But yeah, again, a lot going on. Created by Alexis Zirit, however you pronounce it, and he's like flying on a record. So that's pretty cool. And then you got the Chapter 2 Season 2. So usually these banner or these loading screens that are just like showcase art for the season, like the battle pass or whatever for each season, they always come from like the overtime challenges. But since there were no overtime challenges this season, this one you just unlock, or it kind of just gave it to you along with like the styles and whatnot. So yeah, so that is this. Of course, it's always just like the loading screen that you see when you're loading into the game. So yeah, so you got that showcase art for Chapter 2 Season 2. Which is kind of weird because we have one for Season 7 through X, but then for Chapter 1 Season 1 we didn't really get one. The closest thing we got is because when you loaded into the game, there wasn't like a Battle Pass showcase thing like this. The loading screen when you're loading into the game was this, so I guess this is pretty much the showcase art for that season. But yeah, I don't know if they're going to keep on doing it, but they did it for that, so now the only one we pretty much don't have since Season 7 is Chapter 1 Season 1. So yeah, but that's pretty cool because they're usually pretty darn cool, and this season was no different. It's also pretty darn cool. And then the last one is Storm the Agency, which was in the first ever loading screen in the shop, I believe. But it was free. You just had to get one of your friends to gift it to you. So me and my friend Swamp just gifted it to each other. But yeah, so it's basically just the showcase art for that little event. It says the winds of change are blowing, and it just shows that skin with that comes with that set and whatnot, just storming the agency and whatnot. So yeah, so that is it for all the loading screens in the first page here. So yeah, so now just quickly going through the sprays here. We got Agent Nana here, right there. It just says leave your mark right there. Pretty cool. He's got a little banana gun, and then you got cash grab right there, just a briefcase with some money flying out, and I believe all these have the same description. I'll read them if they don't. And then you got dynamite, just has TNTina right there, and then everything's fine, which is, I think, like a reference to that meme where everything's burning around him and he just says everything's fine, but it's just literally a dumpster fire. But yeah, and then you got Fishbone right there, just the fishbone thing. And then Mighty Tree right there. And then Gold Touch right there. Of course, like the main logo for this game that was teasing and everything at the beginning of last season with the golden handprint. So that's pretty cool that we got that as a spray. Definitely a very iconic thing from Fortnite now. And they got the two, or the one wrap, or the, I didn't write one of them down actually, but there's actually two Deadpool sprays. I just forgot to write one of them down, I guess. So I guess we'll just go right here. So got Ride the Corn, or it's Deadpool riding the llama corn. This was before the glider was leaked, so yeah, yeah, a lot of people were thinking that'd be cool if we got that as glider, and we ended up getting it. So yeah, and then the other one is the Wade grenade, which is like a boogie bomb with a Deadpool makeover, and yeah, they both just say Leisure Mark still. And then you got Astro Antidote right here, which is just like his mask. Can't remember his name. Astro Jack, and then you got Don't Blink, which is the spray from the Twitch drops, which I don't know why it's not showing up. Might have to show it. I know one of the wraps wasn't showing, one of the sprays. I don't know why I said I clicked all the way up there. Yeah, right here, because towards me, when I first unlocked that Astro Antidote spray, when I searched it up or whatever, it wouldn't show up, and so I thought I just didn't have it. But now it's working, but now it's doing the same thing with this spray. When I search it up, it says I don't have it, but if I just look for it, then I do. So yeah, so here's the spray, and I saved it. So yeah, so it says Don't Blink, but yeah, pretty cool spray, but I mean, it's a spray, so yeah, but pretty cool there, so yeah, and then the emoticons right here, we got Cuff 'em. Just a pair of handcuffs, Heart Blast, which one's Heart Blast? This one, yeah, it's like a heart grenade, and then Meow, just a little Meow Souls face, pretty good little emoticon right there, and then you got Ghost and Shadow, so right here, Ghost, and that's not the right type of ghost, Ghost and Shadow, just the logos, so pretty cool. We also got those. And then we got Ollie Away, a little Ollie one, and then Golden Vision, which is just like Midas's Golden Iris Eye, and then from just like doing some things, just like just clicking on some little things in order in the in like the certain like agents' rooms and whatnot, you could unlock this little emoticon as well, Banana Badge. Going along with his description that says he's got a license to peel. But yeah. So this is, of course, the lobby. Really cool that they finally did something different, because usually it's just like the battle pass. Yeah, but pretty darn cool. So, of course, you got here, but you got the challenges, just with all the challenges and whatnot going around the map. Most of the battle pass skins, except for Agent Peely. Then right here, for the factions going through the game, you just got like all your stuff that you unlock in like spy games and whatnot. And then you can change whether you want to be on Ghost or Shadow. And then up here is the Upgrade Vault, where you would complete challenges and you could do your Maya, and you can see these are all weeks and stuff. And yeah, and then Deadpool's room, you clicked on this little vent, and you could it's been flooded underwater ever since they got done, but yeah, there's like the letter to Epic and whatever else, just certain stuff that you did throughout the weeks to unlock all of his stuff. And yeah, I just went in there, and you can see all the weeks. There's week 1 where you unlock that, going all the way through, and yeah, you just did 2 challenges or whatever each season for 9 weeks, and yeah. But yeah, and then this is the agent's room, where you go to all the agents, and of course I've completed. You had to there's 20 challenges for each one. You had to complete at least 18 of them to unlock the Ghost/Shadow thing, and once you unlock that, you could choose which one you wanted. And then you did a final mission where you'd actually like go in and deliver something to certain like Shadow or Ghost boxes or whatever, and then you would unlock that style. And each one of them, when they first got introduced, they would have like their own like styles, as you can see, like in like play intro. But I don't know if there's any way we can exit it. I guess we'll just play this one. Not gonna play all of them, but they each had like little intros like this, which is pretty darn cool. But yeah, and then you could click on them and you would have like Ghost or Shadow, but since I got all of them done already, it's that. But yeah, and they each had different rooms there, like Tina's right there, and once you chose that style, that's the style that they'd be wearing in their room, and they each had different little poses, as you could see. But yeah. So then Skies. And she, one of them also has a Gamatron 9000 from Save the World on her wall. I can't remember which one it was. Might have been Tina. Yeah, right there's a Gamatron 9000 from Save the World. But yeah, and then Midas, which of course this is where you could see the Doomsday device, but now since it's already happened, it's kind of just off, and it's like a cracked glass ball. But yeah, so that is all of those, and then of course this is where your daily quests would be, and yeah, just a lot going on here, and then the battle pass is of course in here, and yeah, you could see like the ghost and the shadow, and yeah, that's just how the battle pass looked now. But I since I, of course, again, have a job, this was the first time I've ever bought to tier 100. I got to, like, tier 50 something, actually. I got to, like, I feel like I got to, like, tier 52 or so, and then I bought the rest of the way. But this next season, since I really don't play Battle Royales much, I'm probably just going to instantly buy to tier 100, because I don't really care about unlocking any of the styles, since pretty much all the time the default styles are always my favorite anyway. But if there is a style I truly want, then I'll unlock it if I really want it. But yeah, so probably just going to do that from now on. But yeah, and then banner icons from the battle pass here. But if I can go different pages. Yeah, banner icons. Yeah, you got the ghost or the shadow logo right there. Little grenade explosion thingy. A little speech bubble wearing like a 10-gallon hat or whatever for some reason. So yeah, and then you got Meow Souls 1, and then a Ollie 1, and then some like rose vines, and then a little. This one kind of reminds me of like Deathstroke or something, except with like a bow tie. And then I think that's supposed to be like a spider web, but it looks like sparkly or something. Not too sure. So yeah, that's all those ones. And then of course V-Bucks you could unlock and stuff. But then some other banner icons you can unlock. Like last season you could unlock these ones for getting certain levels, but this season starting at like level 100 every 50 levels you could get these ones. And that's why I got to level 250, because there was I got all of them but one, but the next one, the last one, is at level 300. But my favorite one is level 251, and I wanted to get it for a certain loadout. So that's what I did. So yeah, so the first one, level 100, is just that one, and then you get this one at 150, this one at 250, or this one at 200, and then this one at 250. So this is my favorite one out of all those ones. I just got it from my certain loadout that I'll show in a second. But other than that, I don't think there was any other loadouts or I don't think there was any other banner icons that you unlocked besides the battle pass. There was one that I can remember. Yeah, so I believe the only banner icon that you could get was during the Carnival stuff. There was this one, which was free in the shop. You just had to like gift it to a friend and have a friend gift it to you. So yeah, there's that one too. But I believe that is all for the banner icons. In Save the World, I don't think there's any new banner icons this season. But yeah. But I believe that's pretty much it. So you guys know that I usually go over all the Save the World stuff at the end of these videos as well. But starting, I believe, last season or whatever, I don't do that anymore because I have a Save the World Instagram page where I'm constantly updating you guys and just doing whatever else. So yeah, so pretty much if you want to see my Save the World updates, you can go on my Instagram and you can pretty much get daily updates just about on there. So I just feel like if I do it on here, it's pretty much just a waste of time now. Not that I still like Save the World better than Battle Royale, and if I'm playing Fortnite, I'm 90% of the time I'm playing Save the World. But I just don't feel the need to show it on these videos anymore, because if I have that, then there's that, and it's linked in the description of every single video. So yeah, if you want Save the World updates and whatnot, just check that out on Instagram. And yeah, so I've been doing some end of the season results stuff on there anyway, so make sure to check that out. But that's pretty much it for everything I unlocked and whatnot for the season. Of course, a ton of achievements and whatever else. A lot of them at this point. And my account level is now currently 1,095. Can't remember how many wins I've gotten this season. Quite a decent amount. I don't know if I've gotten as much as last season, but yeah, a few. Including the most I've ever gotten in a row was 7. And this season we got 5 in a row, I believe. So pretty darn good. Not my new record, but pretty good. But yeah, I believe that's pretty much it for this season. So yeah, as you can see, I got to level 250 exactly. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this season. And yeah, so as you can see, the downtime's coming. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this season. So I will make sure to, and that's also pretty darn good. As you can see, for whatever reason, about like midway through the season, the downtime was always at 4 a.m. ET for me, which for me is 2 a.m. But now, ever since like midway through the season, it's been at 2 a.m. ET. So now downtime starts at 12 a.m. for me, which is nice because that's a lot easier to. I mean, I'm always up way later than that anyway, but I work tomorrow, so sadly I gotta wait until after work to play the new season, or whatever. I can wake up early or something, but we'll get the update download. But yeah, hopefully you guys all enjoy next season. Of course, I will be making videos throughout the season as always, but that is pretty much it for this season. Hopefully next season doesn't get elongated by tons, because these first two seasons were, I saw some things, these first two seasons were together were as long as season 8, 9, and 10 combined. So yeah, hopefully they don't do that for all of Chapter 2. Hopefully they go back to the regular, like, 2-month-long seasons instead of, like, 3 or 4-month-long seasons. But yeah, as for right now, that's pretty much it for the season and this video. So make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you all later.